leadoff spot tonight, not Emilio Bonifacio. Bonifacio, by the way, is 0 for his last 10 with 7 strikeouts. And tonight will be the first game of the year the Marlins have played that he will not be a starter. John's first pitch, fastball right in there. Underway at 7:06, clear skies, 70 degrees, and just a bit of a breeze blowing toward the right field corner. Maben is 6 for 28 to start the season. A very talented young man. The home plate umpire tonight is Tim Timmons. Rob Drake, the crew chief, Jeff Kellogg, and Mark Wegner have the bases. I don't know if there's a flotilla of helicopters on their way from Andrews to the White House, but 3 United States of America ships are in the process of passing over our ballpark.
But which one's Air Force One?
They never want you to know. That would be Marine One, right?
Oh, there he is right there.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, John Lennon.
Well, I think he was waving at Cameron Maben, and Maben struck out.
Whatever it takes to retire a leadoff guy.
Well, we talked about getting ahead right here, but John Lennon comes with a big breaking ball instead of the changeup. So maybe he's changing up a little bit. Everybody's looking for the change. Go fastball, curveball.
In all of our years here, I don't think I've ever seen them go right over the ballpark. All 3 of them. And here's the catcher, John Baker. This guy's intriguing. Left-handed batting catcher. Bats in the number 2 spot. And he's off to a very good start. 348. Prior to this year, he only played in 61 major league games.
Well, it just shows you, and Paulino is an excellent offensive catcher too. So Baker and Paulino do a great job. They kind of complement each other. Right now, Baker getting the start against the left-hander, probably to take away his changeup tonight.
Baker, 61 games, 197 at bats in his major league debut. He's out of Cal Berkeley, a former All Pac-10 catcher, and that got him. John Lennon goes up and in while ahead in the count, and the Marlins have a runner with 1 out. Nationals defense just 1 change from last night. The former Marlin, Josh Willingham, who came off the bench with that huge pinch hit homer last night, gets the start in left. Now Adam Dunn volunteered to Maniacta to say, I'll play right field if you need to get Willingham in left. Josh has never played right field on a regular basis in the big league. So Josh is in left, Dukes in center, and Adam Dunn in right. You know, Rob, this isn't like some other ballparks that have maybe one shallow side of the field. You can't really hide an outfielder in this park.
Well, I don't really think it matters either side that Adam's on, as long as you know, he gets the plays that are in front of him.
Hanley Ramirez rips one foul off to the right side.
Elijah Dukes has to cover a lot of ground with Willingham and Dunn out there, but I think he's up to the task.
Ramirez off to a good start, not a great one. Elijah's been playing some really good center field, and you can see the Nats respect Ramirez. They play him straight away from left center to right. Little pop up will be out of play, right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes quickly. John Lennon's career record 11-19 against Hanley Ramirez and the Marlins. He's only made that 1 appearance, and that was a week and a half ago on opening day. A game John would rather forget. 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, a couple of home runs. And the Nats did some hitting that day. They had 5 runs, 4 of them earned off Ricky Nolasco. But the Marlins had 12 runs that day, and Washington had no chance.
Well, and the key tonight for Landon too, don't pitch against Nolasco. Forget what he does. You got to pitch against this Marlins lineup.
One ball and 2 strikes. Double plays in order here. John goes with the changeup, hoping to get a ground ball, and he just missed 2-2. Next up, hard hitting Jorge Cantu. Oh, that's a great jam job there. Gonzalez Hernandez, and Ramirez. Too quick for the double play, but the Nats get a big second out and a runner at first base.
Well, Landon comes inside, breaks Ramirez's bat, gets the double play ball that he needed. It was just maybe a little too slow. You got a speedy Ramirez, beats out the back end of that double play, but still, he got the ground ball. He did his job. Great job by John Landon right there.
Getting inside, weak ground ball to a very strong hitter, and here's another one. Here goes Ramirez. Flores right on target. Out at second base.
Nice ball.
His first base runner gunned down of the year. John Lennon gave him a chance, and Jesus Flores put that right on the chopper. Hitting a robust 277. They're 10th in the league in runs, top 7 in home runs. Southwest Airlines starting lineup. And a big night for Josh Willingham. Josh told me this afternoon when he hit that ball last night, he thought he just missed it. And he said to himself, if that gets caught at the wall, I'm 0 for 12. He's very happy to have a batting average and a big home run that was for the Nats last night. Here's Ricky Nolasco and a surprising 318, Rob. Our opponents hitting against him so far.
Well, you know, we did a really good job of handling Nolasco the last time we faced him down in Florida to start off the season. And right now, he seems to be making some pretty good pitches. I watched the video from his last start also. And it's just, you know what, sometimes you got to tip your hat to the opponent when they have you a couple of times. His pitching staff is still second in the National League, 8-1 with a 3.1 earned run average. So Nolasco is kind of like the only guy that's not been pitching well in the last week.
Anderson Hernandez takes a hack, and he's quickly in the hole 0-2.
But I did ask our hitters after that series in Florida who had the best stuff. Was it Johnson or Volstad or Nolasco? And they all to a man said Nolasco has the best stuff of the three.
That's saying something the way Josh Johnson is pitching. We'll get to deal with him tomorrow. 0-2 to Hernandez, who's off to a 3-for-8 start. Nationals will see some good pitching in this series. Same rotation as the Marlins had down in Florida to open the season. Ricky Nolasco, lifetime record of 28-22. Little bouncer up the middle, backing up Ramirez. This will be close, and he got him as Hernandez was jumping for the bag. One little glitch, and Ramirez would not have been able to get it.
PNC scouting report on Mr. Nolasco. We want to get another beat down on the young man, although he did beat us. Got 5 runs off of him. Don't let him get to those out pitches. His breaking ball, his off-speed stuff is phenomenal. And let's keep this 1-game winning streak going.
Here's one of the most interesting number 2 hitters in baseball. Nick Johnson, 9 for 26. Big night last evening. He went 3 for 4 with a walk, so he had an 800 on base average last night. And that's Nick's game. 5 strikeouts, 3 walks so far. And the count goes to 2-0. Marlins start tonight having won 4 straight. They're 8-1, 3 games up on the Braves, and of course they just got finished sweeping them in Atlanta. The Braves are in Pittsburgh this weekend. And a swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. The Mets are at home with Milwaukee, and the Phillies are home with San Diego, and it'll be a very emotional weekend in Philadelphia. They will pay tribute to Harry Kalas tomorrow at their ballpark with a huge memorial service. 2-1 to Nick. Oh, there's another line drive off Nick Johnson's bat. Almost a carbon copy of what he did 3 times last night. If you pitch him away, he'll go to left center. He can pull the ball, and it's 1-on-1 out against the Florida defense. Cameron Maybin can really go get him in center. The veteran Wes Helms plays at third base with Emilio Bonifacio not in the lineup. All the other Marlins are in their usual spots tonight. Ryan Zimmerman, by the way, 9 for 37, only hitting .243, but he's hit safely in 6 straight games and 7 of the first 8 to start the season. So we're just waiting for Ryan to have one of those 3 or 4 hit nights. If he gets it going, this will really be an interesting middle of the order. Short lead by Nick, and Ryan went up swinging on a breaking ball. Maybe a cutter. Zimmerman hitting one of the heaviest .243s around with a couple of home runs and 8 RBIs. Fans are still coming down Half Street here on a Friday night. On the corner.
It's one of those fabulous off-speed pitches by Ricky Nolasco. A 75-mile-an-hour knuckle curveball.
I think some folks didn't realize we've bumped the Friday night games up a half hour this year. 0-2 to Zim, way outside.
It's okay. It's a blue and red wave coming down the street.
It sure is. Nice look at those statues out there. Everybody gathering in the center field plaza. Cherry blossoms are on their last blossoms out there. And a 1-2 to Ryan with Nick at first, 1 out. Zimmerman hits the ball well. That's hooking, and that is caught by Maybin. That ball was hooking away from him. He made a fantastic play. I thought that was going to be by him and go all the way to the 400 mark out in left center.
Wow, this is one of the more talented young outfielders in the game right now. Cameron Maybin, ball knuckling away from him towards left center field. He lays out hoping to just get some leather on it and makes a great catch.
If he doesn't make that play, Nick Johnson scores and Zimmerman's at least at third base. So here's Adam Dunn, who put his stamp on the ball game early last night with a 3-run first inning homer. He's been on base in every game the Nationals have played this year. Nolasco starts him upstairs with a breaking ball.
Going on record right now saying I'm not happy we don't have the blue jerseys on.
That's right. And if I know Rob Dibble, you would have come early today to launder those for the Nats to put those things back on.
I would have taken them home last night. I'm not bad with an iron now.
Hard to argue with 8 runs on 13 hits.
Yep. I have to wear these suit and tie every day. I'm not bad with an iron.
2 balls, no strikes. Shift is on. And Dunn takes a strike.
Wow, when a guy throws in the low 90s to mid 90s, and then he can drop an 83 or a 75 on you, it's going to tie you up. You just saw Adam Dunn. He could not pull the trigger because he's looking fastball, trying to adjust to the breaking ball.
Outfield around to the right. Way outside, ball 3. Adam Dunn has walked 11 times this year. Manny Ramirez has been walked 13 times. Adam with 9 base hits, 3 of them have left the yard. And he still walked more than he has struck out so far. 11 over 8. What does Nolasco throw him on 3-1? Hard slider. Yeah, he wasn't going to give in on 3-1. And the Nationals have 2 on, 2 out for the hot Elijah Dukes.
Well, if you saw what Lupinella did today against the Cardinals, Albert Pujols, they didn't let Albert do anything to the Cubs. Now, Ryan Ludwig, by the way, hitting in the 4-hole or 5-hole, had 2 home runs and 4 RBI. It was 3 for 4. So really, it's a guy like Elijah Dukes or Ryan Zimmerman that have to make the Marlins pitchers pay for pitching around Adam Dunn.
That's the only final in the league today. The Cubs came from behind to beat St. Louis at Wrigley 8-7. And Mariano Rivera saved the game for the Yankees. They beat the Indians at Yankee Stadium 6-5. Elijah Dukes hitting .360, and he's on a 5-game hitting streak. And he's not just getting 1 hit per game. He has 9 hits over those 5 games. What a great start to this weekend series. A couple of runs or 3 could be right here. Couldn't hold up his swing on some high cheese. And the count's 1-1, 0-2 rather.
Well, you talk about not getting it all. It's a jam shot fastball in home run. That just shows you how strong Elijah Dukes is.
Second homer of the year. Yeah, the count is 1-1. We had it right. Scoreboard was mistaken. And now it's ball 2.
We're talking about the Yankees. Derek Jeter, in honor of Bob Shepard, their public address announcer who introduces the guys, who is out ill right now. He has a tape playing when he comes to the plate of Bob Shepard.
Jeter would do that.
Oh, he's very classy.
He knows tradition.
I did not know. Bob Shepard's 98 years old.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Nick Johnson at second. Adam Dunn at first. Pressure early for Nolasco. And a fastball. Dukes hits it to right. It's going to back up Cody Ross, and he will be there at the wall to haul it in. But the Nationals are a tough offensive ball club with a lot of things going on. The Maben catch saves a big inning. If you're a metro ride away, hop on down, come down and see us. It is absolutely gorgeous tonight. A little cooler, a little warmer than last night. 9 degrees warmer at 70 degrees first pitch. John Lennon was facing his fourth batter in the top of the first when Hanley Ramirez was caught stealing. Nothing like an orange soda and a snack with your brother at the ballpark, huh? And here's Cantu, who is at the plate. They have a kid at AAA right now named Gabby Sanchez, who is their first baseman of the future. It's possible that Cantu, who played third base last year with Mike Jacobs on this team, will go back over there next year if Sanchez is ready. But for now, they've got the reliable veteran Wes Helms to play when Emilio Bonifacio is not in their lineup. John just missing. That was a 2-0 changeup. Ball 3. This guy's dangerous, Rob, when he's in a fastball count.
I'd throw another changeup.
John did go with the heater, but it had enough tail on it. Now what do you do on 3-1?
Another changeup.
You're not giving in, are you?
No, and they didn't give in to Adam Dunn, so don't give in to Cantu here.
Well, and here's the other thing.
A home run will pump up their bench. Just if you have to walk them, walk them.
Yeah, and this is a good hitting club, Florida. We all know that. But this is not the ballpark where it's 330 down the line and 340 to straightaway left and 350 to the gap. You can get away with some things against this lineup in this ballpark that you cannot in Florida. 3-2 pitch. Broke his bat. Right side, Hernandez to his left. And that's a big out after he went out 3-0. So John Lennon has broken 2 Florida bats already tonight. That'll bring up Dan Ugla and then Jeremy Hermida. Now, having said all these things about the Marlins and how this is not Dolphin Stadium, they went into a very spacious ballpark in Atlanta this week and swept the Braves.
Yeah, that ballpark didn't hold them at Turner Field. They pounded the Braves.
And they're hackers. This is interesting. Since 1954, the most consecutive wins any team has while striking out at least 10 times a game, the Cincinnati Reds back in '72. A whole bunch of teams have won 4 in a row, striking out 10 times a night, including these Marlins from April 12th till April 16th. So you can strike them out, but they're still going to do some damage.
But they back it up with some great pitching, too. We've talked about their young starters. They're second in the National League in pitching right now. Off to an 8-1 start, and their bullpen is excellent. So when they do get a lead, it's hard to get it away from them.
Ugla to play right side. Since 2006, he's hit the most home runs as a second baseman with 92. 5 more than Chase Utley. 25 more than Brandon Phillips. Off to a 323 start, and Ugla spun out of there. Phillies, by the way, got 3 early at home. They're throwing Cole Hamels against San Diego's Chris Young. The Nationals, because of the rainout, missed Hamels in that series. And the Mets have an early run behind Livan Hernandez. Dave Bush for Milwaukee at Citi Field tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ugla. Got him on the corner, looking with a fastball. That indicates that John Lennon's got some movement on that number 1 tonight.
Well, when you're looking for a changeup like a Dan Ugla, and he's sitting there looking for the change, trying to drive that ball, 90 miles an hour looks like 100 miles an hour, and he had no chance of even, he didn't even offer at it.
That'll bring up Jeremy Hermida, lefty-lefty matchup here. Hermida 8 for 28, homer, couple of RBIs. A very talented 25-year-old slugger out of Atlanta. front door breaking ball.
I like it.
0-2.
Well, it would be a backdoor slider to a right-hander. As Bob said, a front door slider to a left-hander. But he's thrown a lot of pitches right here in this inning. 6 to Ramirez, 6 to Cantu, 7 to Ugla. And as I told you in the open, you don't want to throw all your pitches to this, especially this lineup, the first trip through.
Yeah, pitch to contact, try to get him out quick. Fastball upstairs, 1-2. Breaking ball, easy fly ball, right field, Adam Dunn. Ball took off on him a little bit. No problema. And here comes Josh Willingham, last night's home run hitter in a scoreless game. Lineup no score. Get your red on, you college students. During April, you receive 50% off tickets valued at $10 or more. It applies Monday through Thursday, non-premium games. Just bring your valid ID and get them at the Nationals Park box office on game day. 1 ticket per ID. 50% off, and get your red on for those tickets that are $10 or more. 888-632-NETS or log on to nationals.com. Willingham, well hit, left field line, and it hooks before it goes 336 feet. That's a home run in Florida, maybe. Just a little bit shorter over there.
Now he's confident now. He got the monkey off his back last night with that pinch hit home run. Not enough body English. Come on, Josh. I mean, do the old Carlton fist. Whatever.
Yeah. The old stay fair, stay fair. Big breaking ball. Quickly 0-2. Everybody in the middle of the lineup has hit at least 1 home run this year. Had a lot of fun with Josh's dad last night.
David.
And Josh told me today that Dad really enjoyed it, and he enjoyed it a whole lot more when we hung up the phone. He watched 2.5 minutes of commercials, and then his son stepped up and hit a huge home run to put the Nats up by 2 runs. Doesn't miss a game on Masson, does David Willingham, and here's what his kid did. See, Josh didn't think he got it, Rob. He was looking a little disappointed, put his head down, started running. He said to me he didn't know it was a home run until he got to second base, and the umpire, Jim Joyce, told him so. That means he had his head down and he was hustling. That is a foul ball. Velasco had him reaching.
I'm going to go back and look at what the Marlins did to the Braves. A very good Braves team, by the way, that swept us. Beat them 21-6 in their own ballpark.
Yikes. 5-1, 10-4, 6-2.
We're here to play. That's what they were telling the Braves.
Freddie Gonzalez, just over 2 years ago, made Major League history over at RFK Stadium when he and Manny Acta debuted as Hispanic managers on the same day. That had never happened before in each dugout in Major League Baseball. Freddie's done an outstanding job. I think Manny's done a very good job here too. So far, pitching, hitting, Freddie Gonzalez has had more to work with than Manny Acta these 2 years. 3-2 to Josh, and a nasty pitch down and away, got it. First strikeout for Ricky Nolasco.
Bob, how about the defense on both of these teams? We really need it because we're last in the National League in pitching, but right there, Jesus Flores gunning out one of the faster guys in the National League, and then Cameron Maben getting on his horse and then diving for that one right there off of Ryan Zimmerman's bat. Saved at least one run.
That might be the best outfield play we've seen so far this year. Yeah, he saved a run, maybe two.
Yes.
The hitter after Zimmerman, Adam Dunn, walked, and then the ball Elijah Dukes hit would have been a sacrifice fly.
And the reason that was a tough play too, the ball was, like you said, fading away, knuckling away, and he got a late jump on it, but he was able to catch up to it and dive at the same time.
Now you and I are way up here on, we call this seventh heaven up here, level number 7. I love it. But there are certain balls off the bat, and we can see exactly what the ball is doing, and that ball by Zimmerman was really moving.
Well, just imagine, too, if you will, an outfielder, he's on a dead sprint, his head is bobbing, his eyes are moving, he's trying to keep a beat on the ball. Now you got to make a decision, should I dive for it or try to play it into a single or double? It's a split-second decision, sometimes can cost you big, or right there, come up big on the play.
0-2, and Flores breaks an 0 for 11. With what might have been a little broken bat single in the left. He reached out and got it right off the end of the barrel. And sometimes when you haven't had a hit in 3 or 4 games, you need a little break. And that's a runner at first with 1 out.
Well, it went down a hero. Like those broken bat singles. Here's a very good pitcher's pitch on the Exmo. You see that bat bending a little bit off the end of the bat right there. Breaks the bat. But it gets in there to left field for a single.
And by the way, I think the most dramatic Exmo shot we've had this year was the rotors of that helicopter a few minutes ago. Somebody in the truck asked, how does that thing stay up in the air spinning so slowly? That's been a great addition to our production elements this year.
Neal shooting the Exmo for us here at Massey Nationals.
There's a jam job and a base hit. Alberto Gonzalez is 4 for 8 this year. And how about the guys near the bottom of the order getting the job done here in the second? Now John Lannon probably be trying to bunt both of them ahead to give Anderson Hernandez a shot here. First and second, 1 out, and the Nationals have out hit the Marlins 3-0.
Here's the Exmo. So he jammed him a little bit, but he still fought it off for a base hit.
Great job of getting his hands in by Gonzalez. And Manny Acta said today the more he sees of Alberto, the more he likes him. And here's John Lannon, who has 6 sacrifice bunts in his career, none so far this year. That's pretty good. Nolasco throws a lollipop over to first base. I think if he had turned toward third, he might have had a play with Flores running, but he never even considered third base. So a good job by John Lannon to get that bunt down. The Nationals this year have scored 23 of their 42 runs with 2 outs, and that is 54.8%. That leads all of baseball.
You know what I call that? Clutch.
Yeah.
A lot of nice 2-out RBIs. I dig that.
Let's see if Anderson Hernandez can do that. He bounced out to short first time. So tonight it's the Nationals putting the pressure on the Marlins. They had 2 on 2 out first inning. Duke's flight out. 2 on 2 out here. This is where Anderson doesn't need to take that big of a swing. Get the bat on that thing and start running. Gonna jam him way up and in.
Well, we already hit Baker, their #2 guy in the order, and there you see Ricky Nolasco just keeping you honest. Call it a close shave.
Breaking ball drops right in there. Yeah, maybe the greatest nickname ever, Sal the Barber Magley. Used to take off some whiskers. Perfect pitch. And that's a 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock breaking ball right there. Ooh, he threw him a fastball. Got it up though, and Hernandez could not get over the top of it. 2 strikes, got to be swinging.
Well, now you want to cut down on that swing and just make contact, try to drive it back up the box towards the pitcher. You could score 2 with a base hit right here. Choking up.
Man, that guy's got some breaking ball going tonight.
Yeah, but he was all over it, though. I like that. Anderson Hernandez was all over that breaking ball right after he got a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. I like our young hitters, boy. They stay in there.
Flores singled. He's at third. Gonzalez singled. He's at second after the John Lannon sacrifice. No score. Nats trying to change that here. Bottom of the second. Got him at the knees, outside corner. Tim Timmons punched him out. The Nats have 3 hits. They've stranded 4. No score, and this is what you call painting.
Marlins scoreless as we move to the 3rd inning. Now, Adam Dunn is playing right field today. Manny Acta tinkering with his lineup a little bit, and he said it's not like the old days when guys would just grab a glove and play anywhere.
People right now just feel like if they're not in a comfortable position on day in and day out, they can overexpose themselves. And him knowing that all that kind of stuff and that he's not regarded as a great defensive outfielder, he doesn't care as long as he's in there and helping us win. So that's a good attitude to have.
And Adam has been working on his defense. He was out there again early today, taking some ground balls, also at first base in addition to the outfield. Bob?
He will see action left, right, and first. No DH in this league. And we go to the top of the 3rd. Here's Cody Ross against John Lannon. And John has the best command we've seen for 3 consecutive innings so far this year. Cody Ross, 6 for 29. Slow start for him. You make a mistake, he'll hit it a long way, though. And the big roundhouse curveball stays outside. Ross, Helms, and Nolasco here in the 3rd. Challenges him with a fastball and throws it right by him. And John Lannon has a strikeout in each inning.
Here's the pitch track. 1-2, probably looking change up. You get the heater. 89 looks about 95 when you got a 80-mile-an-hour change up like Mr. Lannon. And he's been throwing a great breaking ball. So when you got 3 pitches working, very good.
This is the John Lannon we saw for a great number of quality starts last year. John went 9-15, ERA under 4, which is not a bad number for a rookie pitcher these days. 182 innings. John was not happy with the strikeout to walk ratio. And look at this gas right by Wes Helms. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And now he has a chance to retire the pitcher and get through 3 innings very quickly.
Well, I really like what John's doing in this first inning. He's really going after him with fastballs and a few breaking balls and only a very few changeups in that assortment. And right there, Wes Helms, he challenged him with mostly fastballs and then just punched him right out. So he's doing what I said to do. Don't show him all your pitches and save something for the second, third time.
Ricky Nolasco 0 for 2 this year, a 143 career hitter.
I also like the fact they came in on Baker. They clipped him.
Well, this is a ballpark where you can challenge people if you've got good stuff. There are no fluke home runs here. 2-1.
And we have a very, very solid defense behind him, too. So I think it's a little easier when you know if I make mistakes, they're going to be run down.
Ricky Nolasco swinging from the heels. Ricky was looking for his second career home run. He had one at Wrigley Field a couple of years ago off Sean Marshall, a left-hander. 2-2. Right by him. John Lennon strikes out the side. Johnson, Zimmerman, Dunn coming up. Ross, Helms, and Nolasco going right down. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. By PNC Bank. PNC leading the way. And by Acura. Advance. The anatomy of a home run swing. That's what Josh did last night. And the anatomy of some nice dessert after Friday night dinner. The Family Fun Pack is back in Natstown. All Sunday games this year, you can purchase a $14 upper right field terrace ticket or a $25 lower left or right field reserve ticket. You get a hot dog, non-alcoholic drink, and chips. Minimum 2 tickets per purchase. Bring the family out early. Autographs, Run the bases after the game. 888-632-NETS. Visit nationals.com or stop by the ballpark and check out the box office to get your tickets. Nick Johnson leads off, bottom of the third. Backdoor breaking ball, strike one.
Well, it's his second time through the order. We need to get some runs here. Our guy's throwing a gem.
Nick is locked in. He's really hitting the ball hard. We saw 3 years ago what Nick Johnson could do when he's healthy. He started off hitting nearly 400 the month of April back in 06. Ended the season at 290 with 500 at bats. Then the horrible injury at Shea Stadium, September 23rd. Of 06, didn't play in 07, didn't play much last year. Looking for Nick Johnson to return to his form of 3 years ago. Foul tip on a ball in the dirt. 85 on a changeup by Nolasco, his third strikeout. Firestone, a tradition of innovation. St. Louis came into the ballgame at Wrigley today hitting 299. Marlins, then the Nats, the Mets and the Dodgers, the top five. It's really something to get the season started this way for a ball club that Rob told you was down in the bottom group. Nationals hit 251 last year, tied for 13th in the league. Only San Diego scored fewer runs. Only the Giants hit fewer home runs. Rick Eckstein has really done a good job with some of these guys.
Well, they were out there early again today, early BP around 2 o'clock.
You know what? You should, because Rob, this is a lot nicer weather than we've seen in DC in April for a while.
There's Rick.
And you've got to take advantage of it. There's, days like this, get your work in.
Well, and you're 1-7. You got to take advantage of some work. This is what you do. You should be out here working all the time.
Zimmerman gets jammed, and he will drop one into left center field. So the Nationals' best offense tonight has been jam shots, with the exception of Nick Johnson's on the sweet spot line drive back in the first. 3 little flares, and the Nationals have 4 hits.
Well, his last at bat, he hits one on the screws, so he figures, you know what? Maybe I'll saw my own bat off in half right there, and I'll get a single.
This game is so unfair.
It is very unfair, and he gets a single right there in front of camera. Maybe catch that. That's what he's saying.
Of course, if you're a pitcher, you're steaming right now.
Oh, because you made a great pitch, and it cost you a hit.
1-on-1 out, always big when Adam Dunn's on base. They have the shift on, but this is different what the Marlins do. Wes Helms is not on the left side of the infield, the third baseman. Hanley Ramirez is. That is the third baseman, Wes Helms, behind Jeff Kellogg, the second base umpire. We saw them do this with Emilio Bonifacio last week in Florida. Adam Dunn got under it. Twilight time. Maben does not see the ball. Then he finds it, and then Hermida bumps into him. 2 outs. It's that time of the night when the ball blends into the sky, and the Marlins got some help in the outfield. That's what you're looking at, and that baseball just disappears up there.
Well, it's like Bernard Gilkey here with Men in Black in that movie. What? I don't see the ball. Oh, almost hits him in the head, but no.
In this case, it was not a spaceship.
There it was. The moon did come down, and Cameron made a great job.
2 outs now. Here's Elijah Dukes.
Smacked in.
This is the first inning. The Nats haven't had at least 2 men on. Time asked and given.
If he hits a home run right here, does that count as 2 men on? Or
we'll take the 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be 2 men on. And they're all coming around. Ryan Zimmerman does not run a whole lot. He's a good base runner. Not what you would call one of the faster guys on the team, but he's kind of taking a lead off here. That's a little longer than what we usually see from him. He's got that front foot nearly out to the cut of the grass.
Well, just because you don't have speed doesn't mean you can't steal. You could do a delayed steal, get off with the pitcher, kind of slowly start running down to second base, and maybe the catcher doesn't catch you running to second base, and you can sometimes steal second.
Cantu holding him. Dukes, good eye, 2-0. That's the kind of take right there on a nasty breaking ball over but low that can turn around in a nap.
Well, and you also know he's seen the ball really well. That ball was so close. If you're not seeing it well, you're swinging at that. If you are, you don't.
Yeah, and you've just given away a strike. Target away on 2-0. Fastball high in the zone.
And also, when you're seeing the ball really well, you don't mind getting 2 strikes on you because you're confident enough in your ability. 2 strikes, I can still get a hit.
That breaking ball was sitting up there. Now it's 2-2.
Well, I'm sure that Elijah would love to have that one back. It's a hanging 81-mile-an-hour curveball. What I mean by hanging, it's up in the zone. Mistakes like that usually leave the ballpark.
By the way, we have a first base coach having a birthday today. With Ryan Zimmerman over there. Marquise Grissom, 42 years young today.
He's that much younger than me? Jeez.
2-2. Breaking ball got him. That thing went from one side of the plate to the other, and Ricky Nolasco has 4 strikeouts, all in the last 2 innings. No score. Park, no score. Nationals have the game's only 4 hits. Okay, Rob Dibble, I'm always hearing that hitting is contagious. Martis was outstanding last night. So is pitching contagious? Because John Lannon's following up pretty well tonight.
Well, definitely. And the thing with John Lannon, he had never faced the Marlins before. Opens up opening day in Florida, in a ballpark he's never pitched. Now he comes home, he's comfortable, watches Chiron Martis go out there and pitch a gem. Now he's going to try and back it up. He doesn't want to be the guy that blows this streak.
Something going on down on the field between Manny Acta and the home plate umpire. Evidently that has been broken up. If it was dealing with balls and strikes, it's possible somebody's been tossed out of this game. And
if Manny was thrown out, though, Bob, and I'm going to tell you why, he's backing up Elijah Dukes, which I like an awful lot, because Elijah was unhappy with that last pitch.
I see Jim Riggleman standing next to Randy St. Clair. That would indicate that Manny is out of the game.
Well, I can tell you what Manny's saying right now. I want the same pitches you're giving to Lasco. I want them for my guy.
Yep. Balls and strikes, the no-no. And this ball game in the top of the 4th inning now. John Lannon, 1 ball, 1 strike on Cameron Maben. And of course, in Jim Riggleman, the Nationals have a very experienced bench coach who has managed in the big leagues. And now the Nats fans are booing that ball 2 call.
That's exactly what Manny was saying. If you're going to give that outside pitch to Nolasco, you better give it to Landon.
3-1. Jim Riggleman managed the Padres from 92 to 94. The Cubs from 95 to 99. And the Seattles on an interim basis last year. And to be quite honest about it, Jim got a real raw deal from Seattle. Because after Mike Hargrove walked away, they told Riggleman, okay, there's certain guys we want to see play. Your 1-loss record is not the issue here. You know, we just want to finish the season and take a look at our kids. Well, then at the end of the season, they told him, you didn't win enough games. And they did not consider him for their managerial job this year. And John Lennon battles back to strike out Cameron Maben using that great fastball he's featuring tonight. And he's now fanned 4 in a row and 5 of the last 6.
Well, John Lennon has his best stuff tonight, and he's challenging the Marlin hitters right there. 3-2, great backdoor slider. Man, Cameron Maben has no chance, just waving at the air.
Here's John Baker hit by a pitch. First time. He jacks one to right field. It's hooking, but not enough. Marlins lead 1-0 on Baker's first home run of the year. And his 6th major league home run. This night we know why the Nats were trying to move him off the plate last time. That thing got down the line and stayed fair all the way.
Well, he tries to get a fastball up and in right there. John Baker all over it. The first at bat was hit by a fastball right about that spot. Wasted no time unloading on that fastball for a home run.
That ball popped up right side for Hernandez off the bat of Hanley Ramirez. 2 outs. Now, who would have thought after what we saw in the series in Florida that I would make such an outrageous statement? But that home run by the Marlins ties them with the Nationals for team home runs this year. Washington's been pounding the ball the last few games. They've each now hit 10. And with 2 outs, it'll be Jorge Cantu.
Well, and just like Cameron Maben, last time that Cantu was up there, John fell behind him 3-0, came back, break his bat, get his out.
You know, it's not like Manny to get thrown out. He has been one of the most patient managers and mild-mannered skippers with umpires over the last 3 years. I was reading a background story on Manny the other day, and he said when he was managing in the minor leagues, he just took every call like life or death, and he was going after umpires, and he suddenly realized I just can't approach it like that every day for my sake or the ball club. So it's very unusual, and you know Manny sees something that's really out of sorts when he gets thrown out. That was going to be a double by Cantu. Elijah Dukes had to go over there and just smother that thing. So that'll be a clean double with 2 outs and another runner in scoring position. The batter will be Dan Uggla. Now, John Lannon needs to read this situation and know that first base is open, Rob, and there's a left-handed batter next.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But with that changeup, and the last time against Uggla, he struck him out looking
on a pitch away.
Right, on a pitch away. He still, I think, is confident enough to get a righty out right here. I want to go back to Manny Acta being tossed out and say what I was trying to say. Elijah Dukes was arguing that called third strike. He didn't like it. It was a big knuckle curveball. Whether or not it was a strike or not, it doesn't matter. Manny Acta had Elijah's back, and that will get you respect points.
John Lennon right in the middle of the upper back of Dan Uggla. So 2 Marlins have been hit here tonight, and Randy St. Clair's on his way to visit with his left-hander.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. John was beat up his first time against this team. He's establishing that I'm coming in, and I'm coming in as much as I want tonight. And that's what it sounded like when you get hit right in the meat of your shoulder. Ooh. Pitching coach Stan Williams said, he said, why waste 4 balls walking a guy when you could hit him with 1 and put him on the same route?
2 on, 2 out. So now the lefty-lefty matchup between Lannon and Hermida becomes big.
Well, now you got to make that hit batter right there work for you, not against you. You got to get this hitter out.
Hermida flied to right field first time up. That ball in the dirt gets away. And you hope that this doesn't turn into a crooked number on the scoreboard. The way the Nationals have been hitting, a 1-0 game, you're not too worried right here in the 4th inning. But with Ricky Nolasco starting to master his craft tonight, you don't want it to be 2 or 3-0. Flores tried to smother it. Wild pitch, the ruling.
He did.
That's a swing, says Mark Wegner down at 3rd. Nationals needed that call not to go to 2-0.
Just got to break the plane, excuse me, of the plate. He does that. That's a strike. As that bat crosses over the plate, you're toast.
Got him on the outside corner, strike 2.
It's almost like the
and Hermida doesn't like
call that. Yeah, but I mean, you got to call it. You can't let the players dictate your strike zone. Right there, a little low and out, but you've been giving it to Nolasco, and that's what Manny Acta was asking for. Just be consistent.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And Flores swiftly moving to his left to smother that breaking ball.
Well, this saves a run right here and keeps the runners at 2nd and 3rd. See Jesus Flores corral, get around that ball and drop down and just smother it.
All 3.
Doesn't have to be perfect, just get it in. And I've had this discussion with a couple of the young pitchers on the Nationals that sometimes they'll throw a good pitch and try to throw a better pitch the next time. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time.
3-2. Right-handed batting. Cody Ross on deck here in the 4th. And Lannon will fill the bases. All this happened with 2 outs after Hanley Ramirez popped up. The can-2 double. Ugla hit by a pitch. Hermida walks. John Lannon's first walk of the night. And the bases loaded for Cody Ross. Lannon struck him out swinging first time. By the way, that was only Manny Acta's 2nd career ejection.
Got a long way to go to catch Bobby Cox.
Hundreds.
What's Bobby have, about 140?
He's up there.
He got a lot. He's all-time
and
ejection leader.
And counting.
It's all about having your guys back.
Hey.
He's showing Elijah, I'm in your corner. John Lannon, I'm in your corner.
John's ahead. That's important here. Breaking ball is in there. Strike 2.
Well, when you have the confidence in your breaking ball right there, and look at the fingertip command of John Lannon. It's out in front, pulls the window shade down, that left elbow to the right knee, strike 2.
He blew a fastball by him for the strikeout last inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Flores wants the ball up. It's on the ground to the shortstop. Out at second. Gonzalez to Hernandez. Lannon bends. He does not break. And the Nationals are only a run down. And dad and a little furry friend on hand. John Lannon, 6 strikeouts, Rob, through 4.
Well, he's been dealing. He's been going at these Marlins with fastballs and breaking balls, good changeups. Only made one mistake that's left the building on John Baker, and then Nolasco has been matching him, giving up a few hits. He's got 4 strikeouts of his own, and right there, Elijah Dukes didn't like the call. Manny Acta, having his back, got tossed out of the game.
Willingham, Flores, and Gonzalez, bottom of the 4th, against Ricky Nolasco. He has fanned 4. In fact, 4 of his last 6 outs of the K variety. Willingham was victim number 1, leading off the 2nd, after nearly homering, hooking a ball into the left field corner.
And I very much like what Manny Acta did right there. He's just trying to get the same strike zone for his side, his team, and his pitcher. It's kind of like a basketball coach working the referee to get calls to go his way.
And sometimes you have to get a technical to do that.
Yep. Except our technicals are a little more costly.
Yeah. Ricky Nolasco, a steady diet of big hooks to his former teammate Willingham. And he goes with a fastball just to show it to him. Upstairs, 1-2.
Well, that 73-mile-an-hour knuckle curve looks even harder to hit when you throw 91. There's such a great differential there. Start looking for that curveball, and then that 91 looks like 101.
There it is. Now, are we going to get a tutorial tonight on what a knuckle curve really is?
I would like to. If we can catch a shot of it, how you put the knuckle on top of the baseball, I will show it if they want to put it on camera.
All right. We will pursue that. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Willingham. Nolasco hiding the ball pretty well. There it is, and Josh Willingham well, he didn't pull the trigger. He just moved it a little bit and got just enough wood to foul that one off.
I think he hit the ball with a shotgun. Well, here's our Exmo of this knuckle curve. You have the knuckle up on top of the baseball along with your pointer index finger, and you just pull this sucker down as hard as you can. Watch when it comes around. You see the knuckle is up on top of the ball. Not many guys can master that because it's a curveball basically with one finger.
And no good analyst ever goes into a TV booth without a Major League Baseball. Rob Dibble will put his on display shortly. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Willingham. Pretty good battle here. And Nolasco overthrows the fastball. 3-2. The Nationals have not gone in order tonight. 4 hits, 1 walk. They've stranded 5 base runners. Willingham goes with that pitch. Hits it pretty well to right center, but Maben just cruises over to grab it for the first out. Well, Teddy is still winless this year. We just had our Geico President's Race. Teddy did go the distance. George out ahead. Can he hold on? Oh, that's Tom. George right behind him. And looks like Abe came in second. In the win, place, or show department, I think Abe's done quite well so far.
Is it fair that George Washington has wooden teeth? They're probably lighter. He's more aerodynamic.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He hasn't chopped down any cherry trees this week because they've looked beautiful all around town.
Cherry blossom.
Jesus Flores, a broken bat single. First time up. Right down the line and left. That broken 0 for 11 for Jesus. Looks at that breaking ball, and that one bends a little bit outside. I'll tell you, that play by Cameron Maben back in the bottom of the first on Ryan Zimmerman is the difference in this game. Nationals would have had at least 2 runs if he doesn't glove that thing. count of 1-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. He's got some right-handed batters reaching. That ball near the bag. And safe at first. A rare infield hit for the hustling catcher, Jesus Flores, and he's 2 for 2.
When you have a catcher with speed, and the third baseman Wes Helms is not known for his great defense, he's playing back on Jesus Flores. This is what we would call almost a swinging bunt. As it's a full swing, and the ball really doesn't have that much speed on it. Helms is coming in. You see that knuckle curve right there.
Smelling the hit.
Yep.
And he puts his foot right down on the front of the bag. So here's Alberto Gonzalez, and he singled up the middle first time on a little flare over shortstop. So the Nationals have 3 hits from their 7 and 8 spots tonight. The way Nolasco throws the ball, the stuff he possesses, the little guys who put the ball in play might have a big impact on this game. The Nats have now out-hit the Marlins 5-2. A lot of room in left center. That ball's going to left center. All the way out to the bullpen. Can Flores score? Listash will send him. Here he comes. And the game is tied. Third RBI for Gonzalez, and he is 5 out of 9 this season.
They know what to look for. They're waiting for that big breaking ball from Nolasco right there. Alberto Gonzalez gets it. He waits long enough on it and drives it into the left center field gap. One of the bigger parts of this ballpark for an RBI.
And the other element to that, Rob, they don't play Gonzalez very deep. So that was a long run for the outfielders to get to that ball. That gave Flores the time he needed to score without a throw. And now John Lannon could go up and hack and maybe pick up his second career RBI here. How about those little guys putting the ball in play?
I'm telling you, you said Maniaca likes what he sees, but the more you see those middle infielders hitting the ball and getting on base and driving in runs and hitting home runs, the more they're going to play.
Lannon with a little flare foul.
What did I say last night? You can put yourself in the lineup, or you can take yourself out of the lineup. So the better you play, the more playing time you're going to get.
Go to MASNsports.com. Ask about the Nats tonight. Look for the icon upper right-hand corner. Submit your question. If it's a good one, we'll love talking about it on the air. Here's the 0-2. And Nolasco has to step off with a shortstop out of position now. Ramirez in behind Gonzalez. Now keep in mind, Alberto is a very fast base runner. And even though they play John Lannon shallow, a base hit into the outfield could be real interesting at home plate. 0-2 the count. John will do well just to make some contact. John laid down his first sacrifice of the year today. Fastball up and away, ball 2. He's fouled off the pitch, taking a couple, making Nolasco work for the second out here in the 4th inning. Next up, leadoff man Anderson Hernandez. Go. Longer you stay alive, the better your chances of getting something done here.
Sometimes, and then the better chance of seeing that big hook. Okay, I'll challenge you with a few fastballs, let you foul. Okay, now you're starting to get on my nerves.
Some people think you do a pitcher a favor when you throw him a breaking ball. The fastball. But Ricky Nolasco's breaking ball is bigger than most. That's not a flat little slider.
No, it's what you said. 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's coming straight over the top. Very difficult to pick up. It's coming from the same arm slot as his fastball. About 20 mile an hour slower. That's the differential.
2-2 to John. Lannon takes a breaking ball inside.
There it was, but he didn't get it over.
Yeah. And just in terms of pitch count now, over 80. This is a really good at bat by John Lannon. They'll have to throw him at least 8 pitches. How about 9? Fans are starting to figure out what's going on here.
You remember Brett Myers was it against CC Sabathia where he had about a 15 pitch at bat last year in the playoffs.
Oh, that's got to make it crazy.
Fans went crazy.
A run home. The lead runs at second in the person of a very speedy Gonzalez. 3-2 to John again. He fouls off another. And now it's a double-digit pitch at bat. He gets a base hit here. They'll be dancing on the quadrangle of Siena University tonight.
Hanley Ramirez coming in to say, come on, man, this is the pitcher. Throw that big curveball.
Up the middle, ground ball. The greatest ground ball to shortstop we've seen this year. Over to third base goes Gonzalez, and John Lannon is getting a standing O from the fans over by the Nationals dugout. That was really fun. Problem is he's got to face Nolasco in the 5th, and we'll see how that goes. Top of the order now, Anderson Hernandez. But hey, Rob, here's one thing to think about. John Lannon with 2 outs just pushed a runner to third base. Not normally that big of a deal, but a guy with a big curveball, you never know when he might unleash one in the dirt.
I couldn't agree with you more, Bobby. He throws about a 58-footer, gets some dirt. It could bounce right over Baker's head, and we have the lead in this ball game. So I'm thinking right there with you.
Great pitching coach Mark Wiley out there.
Bullpen's loosening up right now.
I mean, the pitch count's at 84 here, Rob.
Well, and that's and what Mark Wiley's doing is after that 11-pitch outing right there to the pitcher, he's given Nolasco a little bit of a breather, keeping him aware. He's got 2 outs in this inning. Go get the hitter, but he's really giving his pitcher a little bit of a breather because that was a great at bat by Lannon.
It really was.
Great at bat. Really worked Nolasco and hopefully tired him out.
.85 pitches by Ricky Nolasco, and he's only registered 11 outs. Nats have tied the game here in the bottom of the 4th. Hernandez trying to put him back on top. Breaking ball comes out, grabs that side door. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick Johnson next.
Lumberjack Nick Johnson. I like the beard.
Base hit, maybe. Left center, yes. Nationals take the lead. Hernandez stops at first base. And Gonzalez and Hernandez have given Washington the lead here in the 4th inning. Uno, dos, tres with Flores, Gonzalez, Hernandez, and a guy named Johnson coming up.
Well, that's the 3rd breaking ball in a row, and if you're going to stay in the major leagues, which I think Mr. Hernandez will, He takes that big breaking ball to left center field. Young hitters aren't very patient. And I'll tell you, for Anderson Hernandez to stay on that breaking ball like that, very impressive.
The Nationals have now scored 52% of their runs this year with 2 outs. And here's Nick, who's 1 for 2, a base hit to right, swinging strikeout. And because of John Lannon and the hitters to follow him and the ones that preceded him here in the 4th inning, Ricky Nolasco is going to be at 90 pitches through 4 innings. Turns that one over. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, a lot of this goes back to the top half of this inning. The home run that John Lannon gave up, then he had the bases loaded jam he worked out of. That can also change the momentum of the ball game, working your way out of that jam.
Ed Johnson reaching that time and over to the right side. But a good inning for the Nationals. Lots of pitches for Nolasco. Over 30 pitches in that inning, and the little guys get it done. Gonzalez with the double to left center. Hernandez to left center. 2-1 Washington.
Marlins. Now it's time to cool off. The weather's getting warmer outside. Nat's trying to cool off those Marlins. Let's head to Edie's Grand Ice Cream.
It's a Nats town.
Ooh, thank you. The Helmet Sunday. Rob and Bob, how's the ice cream upstairs?
Well, we wouldn't know. Our producer, Chip Winfield, ate it all. He's been known to be a connoisseur of ice cream all over the National League. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, we'll be looking to cool off here pretty soon, won't we? Top of the 5th. The on-deck circle is empty. Are the Marlins going to be hitting for Ricky Nolasco? We've had a number of emails tonight on whether Adam Dunn's jersey actually had an O on it. And there it is. Adam kind of had the jersey tucked in a little bit. So he's not a member of the Nationals. It is the Nationals. But we appreciate our keepers of the game at home who email us asking such things.
Well, a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. He's 6'6", 275. They have just kind of tugged on a little bit, and the O disappeared.
Top of the 5th inning, Helms. Oh, that helps. He reaches, and on a pitch way outside, strikes out. John Lannon's 7th victim of the night. Time for trivia. The first no-hitter in Montreal, Washington franchise history on this date in 1969. Gosh, was that Steve Rogers?
Yeah, I think you're right.
That would be my guess.
69, I was 5. I think I saw that game. My dad drove me up from Connecticut.
But there's a right-hander who became a major league executive, Bill Stoneman, who I'm thinking about. Pop up on the infield, broken bat. Gonzalez calls off Zimmerman, and it's the top of the order now. 2 outs, bases empty. I might have to go with Bill Stoneman. I think he followed up his playing career as a pretty successful executive, some years with the Angels. Maben is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Steve Rogers holds many of the franchise records for pitchers. In fact, Steve Rogers in recent years has been very active with the Major League Players Association. Maben. Baker on deck, the home run hitter tonight. All right, home run Baker. I get it. And a chopper. Here comes Zimmerman. He's going to hope it goes foul. It'll hit the bag and be a base hit. He knew he had no chance to throw out Cameron Maben, who can absolutely fly even out of the right side of the batter's box.
Cameron Maben. A lot of speed, so you know you have no chance if you're Ryan Zimmerman, as he beat that into the dirt. So he elected to go with the please roll foul, and it did not hit the bag for base hit.
Here's Baker.
Rogers wasn't even on that team. Howie, Reed, Renko, Robertson, Stoneman, Wegner.
I'm going to have to go with Bill Stone.
I think you could be correct. Roy Face and Dick Raditz.
The monster
was on that team.
Dick Raditz, that was his nickname. He was nasty before you were.
Yes, he had the Coke bottle glasses, and he used to look in the opposing dugout, not towards home plate, and scare the heck out of the batters. But he did have some great stuff.
Good breaking ball to Baker. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, one of the coaches on that team too was Mudcat Grant.
Was Boots Day on that team? One of my favorite names ever.
Boots Day,
left-handed hitting outfielder. Coco LeBoy, maybe.
Coco LeBoy was on that team. Maury Wills, Bobby Wine.
Bobby Wine, a scout we see frequently here at the park.
Rusty Staub, Manny Mota, Mac Jones, Don Hahn. Man, some great names.
One and 2 from Lannon. A late swing by Baker. He just got a piece of it.
John Bocabella.
Yeah.
Relative of yours?
John Bocabella.
Maybe my wife.
Hanley Ramirez, the Nats have controlled him tonight. Fielder's choice ground ball will pop up to second. Hanley Ramirez is 11 for 40 this year. He's made the transition from the leadoff spot to the number 3 hole. And here's the 1 and 2 to Baker. Runner going, and he reaches out and fouls it as Flores went reaching for the pitch while the runner was going. That could have been dangerous to the Nationals catcher right there. This John Baker's been a handful for the Nats.
Man, he is just, he's a pest. I'm going to get this guy out right here.
Got him with a fastball. He was guessing breaking ball and could not react. 8 Ks in 5 innings of 1-run ball for John Lannon. And so far, an opportunistic hitting by the home team. Get your red on Natstown, April 20th to the 22nd. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the Braves are here. It's our first T-shirt Tuesday. The red ones in the lower left-hand corner there. It's presented by Tickets.com. Now, some of you who were concerned about the sizes of the T-shirts last year, or should I say the size, XL being the only size, this year we have medium, large, and XLs. And American Idol's Elliot Yamin will be singing the national anthem on Tuesday, signing autographs. 888-632-NATS or visit nationals.com. Now, if Simon Cowell would be here, that would really make my night. And I don't think he'd have kind words for the home plate umpire tonight, but that's just Simon being Simon. Hayden Penn takes over here, Rob. So 87 pitches in 4 innings for Ricky Nolasco tonight.
Ricky just didn't have his best stuff in that last couple of innings, just like he had in the first 2 to 3. But a great breaking ball. He kind of lost it a little bit. And then the 11th pitch at bat by John Lannon pretty much got him out of this ball game.
But how often does a guy get pulled from a game when he's given up 2 runs in 4 innings and only walked 1 batter? The Nationals had 7 hits, but they really worked the count on him tonight, even when they made outs. Now here's Zimmerman leading off, bottom 5. Breaking ball rammed into right center. That's heading for the scoreboard. Cut off by Cody Ross. Ryan has a solid single, and he's 2 for 3. He's hit the ball on the button twice tonight. And maybe this is that 3 or 4 hit night we've been waiting for from Ryan Zimmerman. Adam Dunn coming in. Up there at on-base average, 541. That's because of the base hits and the walks. So the Nats, here they are again, 5th inning, 8 hits already. They've been averaging between 5 and 6 runs a game and right around 9 to 10 hits. This offense has been very impressive. And it's still relatively early in the game. A pitch up, Adam couldn't check his swing.
Adam Dunn against Hayden Penn. He's thinking, pull the trigger on that swing.
Yep.
Lit up.
Good hitters hate to give away a strike. And great hitters hardly ever give away an at-bat. Shift is on. You know what? We say that every at-bat. We'll let you know when there is no shift. How about that?
True.
Well, everybody's done it on every at-bat except when there's a runner at second base.
You're talking about why they pulled Nolasco. They want him to have a good feeling about tonight. 4 strikeouts. He gave up 8 hits and only 2 runs, but he had come in with a 7.3 earned run average.
Adam Dunn hits one out to left center, hanging up for Maben. He hit that ball the other way about 370 feet. 1 out.
And we talked about that last night with Chiron Martis. You want to make sure that that guy leaves the ballpark thinking, I did my job. I was in there long enough to give us an opportunity to win. This is Hayden Penn right there working Adam Dunn here. Goes away, goes in. Hangs a curveball outside, gets away with that, and then he throws a fastball 92 and barely got away with that as Adam Dunn hits it to the farthest part of the ballpark and gives Cameron Maben enough time to run it down.
Hayden Penn, a 24-year-old right-hander who pitched in 8 games, all starts for the Orioles in 05 and then 6 more in 06. A combined record of 3 and 6. Hasn't been in the big league since. Marlins got him from the Orioles for Robert Andino. Low and away to Elijah Dukes. Elijah 0 for 2 tonight. A 5-game hitting streak on the line. The Nats have pounded out 8 base hits already. This would be a great time for some breathing room for John Lannon. Took a little bit off, 2-0. Young man's got his batting practice cap on tonight, and the Nats are swinging the bats very well. Supporting John to the tune of 2 runs on 8 hits. Ball 3. Duke sitting at even 333 right now. 9 for 27. He was hacking on 3-0, but he popped it up. Jorge Cantu for the second out. All right, Rob, let's go back and see who threw that first no-hitter in the history of the Montreal franchise back in '69.
Number 16, Josh.
Ta-da!
Bill Stoneman, upper management with the LA Angels of Anaheim.
I get to put a mark on the wall for that one?
Yes, you do.
Thank you. First time for everything. Dibble's still dominating trivia, though, here in the early going. Willingham 0 for 2 tonight. Josh, a strikeout and a fly ball. Willingham takes a strike. 92 miles an hour from Penn. Josh Willingham getting some badly needed at bats here. He only had 12 coming into this game. Out to short, Ramirez, and a little flip over to Ugla. 5th inning is over. Nationals have had at least a base runner in every inning, leading 2-1 into the 6th. Good hitters. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Masson HD, Josh Johnson, 4-0 career against Nationals. You know what his ERA is? 0.57. Opponents hitting .211 against him. His former teammate and close friend Scott Olson trying to get his first win in a Washington uniform. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight have brunch for you at 12:30 from left center field.
Who's cooking, Ray or Johnny?
Let's hope it's Johnny. Top of the 6th, and Hanley Ramirez is going to make a routine out for the 3rd time tonight.
Don't wake him up. Leave him alone.
You know, Ray's a big-time hunter. I'm not sure about some of the stuff he cooks.
Good. Ray and I can take you hunting.
I'll go fishing.
Put some antlers on you. Go on the woods, Bob.
Take off that orange coat and put on your brown one, right? Here's Cantu. I am not going in the woods with you and Ray Knight.
This furry coat and those
forget it
antlers.
Oh my gosh. I'm shaking thinking about that. Double and 2 trips for Cantu. This could be John Lannon's last inning. He's nearing 90 pitches. By the way, the final count on Nolasco was 87 pitches, 60 strikes. Really a pretty good ratio.
I mean, he just missed that 3-0 breaking ball. It was very nice. Really St. Clair happy about that.
You know, if John Lannon hadn't had that at bat, Ricky Nolasco might still be in this game. Down to third, Zimmerman's got it. Ryan sails it and safe. When Ryan has a lot of time to throw, that's the 3rd time this year he's done that. The ball just sailed on him. He never makes an error with the glove.
Hard shot right there. You saw the double clutch, and the throw just goes up above Nick Johnson. He can't even make that play work. They stay on top and fire that ball.
You know, Ryan took about 4 or 5 crow hops there.
Yeah.
He needs to take 2 and just fire that ball. That's a costly error. Ryan's 3rd of the year, the Nationals 8th, and they had not made an error since Monday.
I've said this before, I'll say it again all year. Now it's up to John Lannon. Pick up your infielder. Try to roll a double play right here. Get out of this inning.
Dan Uggla 0 for 1, hit by a pitch outside 101. Julian Tavares getting ready. He might have an earlier inning assignment tonight. Manny had him up in the 8th yesterday, but went with Joe Beimel, who was outstanding against Victorino, Utley, and Howard of the Phillies. Breaking ball. This should be 2. Zimmerman on target. Hernandez on target. 5-4-3. That erases the error, and the Marlins in the top of the 6th inning. The Nationals turn their 9th double play of the year. That's a dandy right there. So he's a little better than Chiron Martis was last night from a numbers standpoint. Now it's time for the offense to get some insurance going here. Flores and Gonzalez combined are 4 for 4 in the 7-8 spots tonight. Jesus needed a game like this. He was 0 for 11 coming in. And now he's hitting .292.
Was it in the natural when he's going, losing is like the bubonic plague. And that hypnotist is in there. So we're reversing that.
And the guys are looking at each other like, who is this clown? 1-2. Nasty breaking ball. Jesus spoils it. Mike Hinckley is up. Hermida, Ross, and Helms, the scheduled hitters. Mike could be only pitching to one batter, Jeremy Hermida. This would indicate the Nats will be hitting for John Lannon, bottom of the sixth. Lannon has thrown 92 pitches, 2/3 of them strikes. Flores, third base line, just foul. Bubble.
And the good thing about this close games, the last couple of nights, starting to define the roles down in the bullpen. Guys are starting to know exactly what they have to prepare for before the game.
Yep. I like the way the hitters with 2 strikes have been spoiling some pitches tonight. Out pitches, staying alive, making things happen. Like Flores does again. Pat Listash trying to corral that one down at third.
Former Rookie of the Year down there, coaching third base.
Alberto Gonzalez next. He's a guy who can identify with the way Pat Listash played today. Good baseball man right there. Serious jammage. 1 out over to can 2. Get your red on, you college students. This month, 50% off tickets if you buy one that's valued at $10 or more. Monday through Thursday, non-premium games. Bring your valid ID and come to the box office. Limit 1 ticket per ID. 888-632-NATS. Or you can find out about it at nationals.com. Take a little break from your studies. This is the time of the year when that winter semester is really starting to stretch out a little bit.
That was a nice picture.
How about that?
Yeah. Did you know that Pat and I had a fight during our careers, right?
Well, I'd asked you last week what were you doing? What were you doing picking on a little guy like that? And I'm still waiting for an answer. There's John Lannon. Is it a decoy? Maybe. 2 outs, bases empty. Maybe he'll hit. Somebody's on base. I'm pretty sure he won't.
That'll work.
That's in front of Maben. I tell you what, Manny Acta pulling the strings from up in the clubhouse. He's going to have John Lannon bat here and maybe come out and pitch the 7th.
Maybe. I'm going to say he doesn't pitch the 7th. I'm going to say he drops down a bunt here and moves the runner on instead of burning a pinch hitter.
Alberto Gonzalez is 3 for 3. He's batting 600.
Look at that X-mo of him dropping the bat head down in the zone, going down on that really filthy breaking ball by Hayden Penn, and just getting a base hit. Just
hey, Rob, you know what else I like?
Yes.
He hit a home run last night. He's not swinging for home runs.
No.
The night after a home run, which is very rare for him, he comes out and gets 3 base hits. And John Lannon lays down a second perfect bunt of the night.
I was going to ask you, when's the last time a national pitcher had 2 sacrifices in one game?
Well, Scott Olson, I think, did that. I'll check it. I know he has 2.
Were they in Montreal with Jacques Lafleur?
No, he did that at Atlanta last Sunday. He did have 2. I think Scott is the best pitcher on the staff. But John Lannon showed what he can do with the bat tonight. How about that? 2 great bunts, and in between, an 11-pitch at bat against Ricky Nolasco.
It's helping yourself possibly win a ball game.
Yeah. All right, here come the 2-out nasty Nats. Can they get another run with 2 down? 52% of their runs this year after 2 outs. Anderson Hernandez last year was great in these situations, and that means he's a contact hitter who wasn't trying to do something he's not capable of. That's sharply hit, but it's right at Hanley Ramirez. He's got to hurry, and the Nats are gone in the 6th. This is very much a ball game with a long way to go. 2-1 Washington. And have one of those big fat ice cream cones the way he's pitching tonight. Bob and Rob back at the ballpark. If John Lannon gets 2 outs in this inning, that's the longest outing by a Nat starter this year.
Yeah, and I think the defining moment was that bases loaded jam that John Lannon worked his way out of. Then we came back, we got a couple of runs. Whenever your pitcher starts living up to the expectations of the offense, you start to win some ball games.
Well pitched baseball the last 2 nights. Martis last night, Lannon tonight, and here comes John for his 7th inning of work. Load to Jeremy Hermida. Manny's got all the relievers he needs ready. Hinckley's been out there throwing. Tavares has been out there throwing. And Jim Riggleman running the ball club after Manny Acta was ejected for only the 2nd time in his major league managerial career. Right down South Capitol Street, strike 1. 2-1 to Hermida. He's flied to right and walked. High breaking ball, but it caught the ceiling of the strike zone. This would be a big first out. The play left side. Now they're having quite a battle in Philadelphia tonight. Padres and the Phillies. 7-1 Philadelphia, 7-5 Philadelphia now in the 6th inning. Chase Utley's hit his 2nd. Padres have hit 3 home runs. That one down the line and left. Willingham, can he get there? Not quite. And when you've got ball boys and ball girls on the field of play,
they got to learn how to get out of the way.
They are instructed to get out of dodge on a play like this.
Yeah, Josh kind of picks up the ball girl right there, who steps out to try to make that play. Someone needs to have a little bit of a talk with that young lady. She's got to get well out of Josh.
Yeah, way out. Out to center, Dukes, and he will cover the ground. That's a huge out. And now you're doing that countdown with 8 outs to go, and Jim Riggleman may be coming out to get John Lannon.
Wow, that's real speed right there. And you see Elijah Dukes get a great jump. That great jump. Then he Cadillac's in there. He gets behind it. He's on his horse.
Folks, get ready for a great ovation. John Lannon into the 7th. 1 run on 3 hits. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. By Firestone, a tradition of innovation. And by Aflac. Ask about it at work. John Lennon went to work tonight, and he stayed at work for the better part of 2 hours. 6 1/3, a run on 3 hits, a walk, Rob, and 8 strikeouts.
Well, I love the way he pitched tonight. He was pitching inside, had a couple of hit batters that was able to set up his breaking ball and his fastball. When they started looking for changeups, he just threw it right by him. 8 strikeouts, a couple of hit batters, 1 walk, 3 hits, an outstanding by John Lennon. But it was the pitching inside and pitching out of jams and getting just enough runs to leave the ball game right here with the lead and no chance of losing.
Julian Tavares and a breaking ball to Cody Ross. Tavares making his 6th appearance in 5 innings, a couple of runs, a couple of hits. Opponents, is this for real? Hitting 118 against Julian Tavares. He's got a wide variety of pitches. He has a good sinker, a pretty good slider, and he's one of those guys, he'll slot his arm differently and give you lots of different looks. Once in a while, he'll drop down sidearm and throw a flat slider when he gets a hit or 0-2. You don't want that to happen against some of these Florida power guys. Ross stepped out, got time from Tim Timmons.
Well, I also believe that the more Julian works, the sharper he's going to be. It keeps him edgy. Mentally, he's tough, and then his pitches have better movement and late break.
1-2.
I didn't like to have 4 or 5 days off in between outings because then you got too much of a live arm. You overthrow your breaking balls, which they flatten out, usually get knocked around. And your fastball is not as crisp hitting the corners.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Cody Ross. And him reaching, and a foul tip for the strikeout.
Foul tip. You caught it. Sit down.
That is the 9th K by the Nationals staff tonight. A staff that came in with the worst ERA in the National League at 6.95.
Well, a little bit of a look towards second, a la Louis Tiant, and then he comes with a nice breaking ball. He's been around for 15 years. He'll use anything in his arsenal to get an out.
Here's Wes Helms, who has struck out twice. John Lennon striking out the right-hander a couple of times. He was strikeout victim number 4 and 7. Mets have given up their lead. Milwaukee 4-3 at Citi Field. Middle innings up there. And quite a ball game here tonight. The Braves, by the way, are trailing 1-0 at Pittsburgh. Julie has a nasty breaking ball going tonight.
Now, this guy's a dead red fastball hitter, meaning he doesn't get a lot of hits, but when he does hit, it's going to go a long way off the fastball. Don't make a mistake right here.
When you see guys swinging at that, that means they think it's a fastball. And then when they swing, it is way outside.
Well, it's all about arm slot. And the one thing Julian does well is he releases a lot of his pitches from that 3/4 arm slot. They think fastball, fastball, fastball. He pulls the trigger on a slider. Makes them look bad.
Did he go? Nats don't even appeal. Ball 2. Same pitch.
This is the rotation of Julian Tavares' slider right here. This is the side angle. You see that arm slot. It's on top. Recoils, gets ready to field his position in case of an emergency.
3-2.
And like I was saying, he hasn't pitched in a few days. He's a little rusty, and his breaking balls aren't as sharp. Right there, that pitch that he was turning over last week was more in the strike zone.
Ross glowed waiting in the number 9 spot to hit for Hayden Penn. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th, and a 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball right through the box, And the Marlins have their 4th hit of the night. Gload is their only true left-handed batter on the bench. They have 2 switch hitters. A little bump the ball around guys, Alfredo Amezaga and Emilio Bonifacio. Steven Shell on your left, joining Mike Hinckley.
Number 58, number 59. That's going to do it. We'll get Hinckley.
And really, Freddie Gonzalez doesn't have a whole lot of power on that bench. Brett Carroll is his primary right-handed guy now. Here comes Mike Hinckley, who was outstanding in 2/3 of situational relief last night.
Join the party this summer and take advantage of Uncle Sam's 2009 stimulus package with the return of ticket and food specials like Dollar Mondays, Wednesday Belly Buster nights, Thursdays Lady Nights, and the spectacular Saturday postgame fireworks shows. New this year will be the Salute to Service Tuesdays, when all military, first responders, and teachers can receive free tickets. To learn more about Uncle Sam's stimulus package, please visit PotomacNationals.com. Or you can call 703-590-2311.
Real baseball, real close. Breaking ball low, lefty-lefty matchup here. Hinckley and Ross Gload. 33-year-old utility guy, former Cub, Rocky, White Sox, and Royal. Out of the University of South Florida. He's 2 for 9 with a couple of RBIs this year. Good experienced bat to have coming off the bench. That ball was fouled off of his foot. The count's 1-1 from Mike Hinckley. Hinckley came in the 7th inning last night against Greg Dobbs. Charlie Manuel pulled Dobbs, hit Eric Bruntlett for him. Hinckley threw a ground ball, then he flied out Jimmy Rollins, and the Nats were on their way with the Willingham homer, then 4 in the 8th to a decisive 8-2 win. Front door breaking ball for a strike.
Pitch tracks right here. Mike Hinckley getting on top of that breaking ball. Left-hander doesn't even offer at it. Throw it right at that left-hander's front shoulder.
Bonifacio's on first, by the way. Emilio running for Wes Helms. He'll stay in and play third base. Bonifacio in a bit of a slump. He's 0 for his last 10 with 7 strikeouts. And Freddie Gonzalez gave him a game off from the starting standpoint tonight for the first time. 1-2. Andy Fox, the first base coach, into your picture to chat with his speedster Bonifacio. Marlins have some speed. They just got Alfredo Amezaga back off the DL. Breaking ball, base hit. And Bonifacio will scamper to third. Tying run 90 feet away here in the 7th inning. This all started with 2 outs. At the top of the order now with Cameron Maben. And you would expect a move to a right-hander here.
Well, Mike Hinckley gets too much of the plate right there, throws that breaking ball on the inner half. Flowed, even stepping in the bucket towards the first base dugout. Dugout still gets a base hit on it.
Wow, this is something. The Nationals had Shell warmed up. But maybe because Baker is next, Hinckley stays in the game. You hope it doesn't go that far. This is a vote of confidence for a young left-handed pitcher. But risky business at the same time.
Well, and Jesus Flores is going to run out and say, just don't overthrow these pitches. Cameron Maben's a young hitter. He's just as nervous as you are. Pick me up and throw some true strikes. And what I mean by that is let the ball go. Don't hold back on it. The 2-strike breaking ball that he threw is beautiful. You don't have to throw a perfect pitch right here.
Maben 1 for 3 tonight. Scratched single to third last time. Hinckley with a fastball that misses outside.
In good true umpire fashion, the umpires tighten up the zone here in the later innings.
They tighten the screws from the 7th inning on, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I've been loose all night. I'll tighten it up here in the 6th or 7th.
Way outside, looked like a changeup, 3-0. Left-handed John Baker, the catcher, next. You didn't expect them to give a rookie batter the green light there. Hanley Ramirez would have had the green light there.
I don't know. 3-0. Hinckley missed badly with that 2-0 breaking ball.
And conventional baseball wisdom would tell you it'd take a little bit off to get that 3-0 pitch in there. BP fastball time. Now it's 3-1. Breaking ball, bases loaded.
You can't be tentative as a major league pitcher. Mike Hinckley on the last 2 breaking balls, little tentative, and here comes Randy St. Clair. He's got to let it go.
Yeah, he's got to bury them now on Baker.
Can't hold back. You have to trust your stuff. This guy's been pretty nasty against us. You don't want to make a mistake right here and cost yourself a ball game.
Now, Rob, in a situation like this, when the manager's been ejected, Jim Riggleman takes over at the bench. But
no, they've got their instructions.
The manager is calling the shots from upstairs.
Yeah.
But what about the visits to the mound? Is that the discretion of the pitching coach?
Oh, yeah. The pitchers are Randy St. Clair's job. And whether, at times if Manny's in the dugout, Randy just noticed something right there, the same stuff that I think I noticed, that he's holding back on some of these breaking balls. And then you start holding back, you hang one in the zone, and the guy loses it in the night. You don't want that to happen. You have to believe in your stuff.
Nowhere to put this guy. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Nationals still on top. This might be the defining moment of the ball game right here. A rookie pitcher and a number 2 hitting catcher. John Baker hit by a pitch, a solo homer, and a called 3rd strike, and Hinckley's behind him. Half swing, strike 1. Bonifacio came flying down the 3rd base line about 20 feet. But if Mike Hinckley's focus is where it should be, that shouldn't matter.
Yeah, we'll take care of Bonifacio next time he plays in a game. He needs one right in the ribs. Do that little dance.
1-1. Breaking ball close. That was a strike in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, fifth and sixth innings.
Nice pitch. It's not where this ball is caught. It's where it breaks across the strike zone. That's a beautiful breaking ball to the left-handed hitter. Might as well put the ball in a tee now for Baker right here.
Hinckley cannot go to 3-1 here. On a pitch up, bounce it is short. Gonzalez has it. The Nationals are out of the inning. And the growing up process continues for Mike Hinckley. Good do-ups here with Nick, Zim, and that big guy who plays right field tonight.
Run looking for some more runs. Now the Nats offense has been clicking on all cylinders. Why is that, Rick Eckstein?
Well, we've just been trying to put hard work in and you know, create a good environment for them to work. And you know, the main focus has been on consistency. You know, going up there with a plan and executing a plan and trying to get more consistent.
And of course, you can hear more from the Nats first-year hitting coach tomorrow on Nats Extra at 12:30.
All right, Debbie, we'll look forward to that, and you can't argue with the results. Right now, the Nationals coming into this game are hitting .277. Tonight, they have 2 runs, but 9 hits. And the average per game has been hovering right around 9. There's Emilio Bonifacio, who stays in to play third base. And he will be just to the right of the new Marlins pitcher, a familiar figure, the big left-hander, 26-year-old Reniel Pinto. Pinto makes his 4th appearance, couple of innings, 1 run so far. Here's Nick, Zimmerman and Dunn to follow. So the left-hander, the right call for Freddie Gonzalez here in the bottom of the 7th. Long way to go. 2-1 Nationals, and Nick has 1 of the 9 Washington hits. Flores and Gonzalez have combined for 5.
Cheese at the knees. How do you like that one, Nick? Come on, you got to tee off on that.
There's that inner half. Usually
that'll hurt your knuckles.
Lefties like it down.
Yeah.
Breaking ball, and Nick got ahead of it. Reniel Pinto, 67 games last year, 57 the year before that. Part of that Juan Pierre trade when they got Nolasco and Sergio Mitre from the Cubs. And the Marlins should be arrested for grand larceny for that deal. Juan Pierre for Sergio Mitre, Ricky Nolasco, and Reniel Pinto. Are you kidding? We got Hanley Ramirez from the Red Sox, with Beckett and Lowell headed north.
Was Maben in that Nolasco deal?
He was not part of that deal.
But Maben came over from the Tigers.
That was Cabrera Willis.
Right. That was a good one, too.
Yeah, sure looks good now. Tigers thought they were going to have the best team in baseball after that deal. 3-2, good at bat by Nick. And he lines it left field, slicing down the line. Hermida falls down. Nick's going for 2. He is saved. You got to do that out of the batter's box to make it 180 feet. And a 2-for-4 night for Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson right here gets a 3-2 fastball away. You cannot try to pull that ball. Nick's been working on that going the other way. Beautifully executed. You see him just digging all the way, just like a number 2 hitter.
You know, they usually replace Jeremy Hermida in the late innings with Brett Carroll.
Who made that amazing catch off Austin Kearns' line drive? Yes, I do remember that.
The one that ended the game on Wednesday afternoon in Florida. Here's Zimmerman. How big is this run? Ryan way out ahead of it. Now tonight, he killed the ball to left center. Maben took a double or a triple away from him. He got a blue pit, and he hit one hard to right center. So Ryan is on the verge of that first big night we've been looking for. He zipped safely in 7 straight games and 8 of 9. Logan Kensing in the bullpen for the Marlins, probably with Dukes in mind. Left-handed Dunn next. Up and away with a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike, and the Nationals are in double figures in hits again. 8 runs on 13 hits last night. 12 hits in the 9-8 loss to the Phillies on Monday. 11 hits Sunday in Atlanta. 11 last Saturday. 14 last Friday. 10 the game before that. The only game this year, only 2 games this year, the Nats. There's 1 game. Opening day, they had 9 hits at Florida. 11 the next day. They have been in double-figure hits in 8 of their 9 games now.
Opening day, those 9 hits and 6 runs.
Yeah, and that's enough.
A bad day.
That's enough to win.
Yep.
This offense is really impressive. 1-2 to Zimmerman. Change up.
Really cooking. Yeah, it was Cabrera and Willis. So it was Andrew Miller, Dela Cruz, Badenhop, Trahern, and Cameron Maben.
Yeah.
That could turn out to be a steal for the Marlins again.
That sounds like a Dave Dombrowski deal, but this time he was on the other end up in Detroit. 2-2 to Zimmerman. Inside, ball 3.
Oh, the Tigers had to throw $100 and something million in on Cabrera in that extension, and then about $30 million in on Willis.
Poor Dontrell has been a mess ever since.
Great kid, can't figure it out right now.
Yeah. 3-2, another long count. Zimmerman right side, that'll move the runner. That was a breaking ball coming down and in on Ryan Zimmerman, and he gave himself up for the ball club right there. That's a good at bat. And Adam Dunn has a runner at third with 1 out. And right now, I don't think they can put the shift on, because Adam Dunn could bunt the ball down the third baseline and have an RBI. So they'll have to leave the infielders at home. And Rob, I don't think these guys are looking forward to playing 90 feet away from Adam Dunn.
No, not at all. I think they love that shift because they get to move a little bit farther away from Adam Dunn on the right-hand side.
But there are certain on-base situations where you cannot play the shift, and this is one of them.
Yep. What we really need is for Adam just to hit a fly ball here on that fastball, deep enough to score the run.
Adam Dunn on the year, 11 RBIs to lead the ball club. A walk and 2 fly balls to center tonight. Target in. Off right side, Cantu makes a backhanded stop, and a second out. That's important for the Marlins. For an instant, looked like that ball was going through, and it'll be up to Dukes with 2 outs. And we'll see if Freddie Gonzalez stays with his left-hander Pinto or brings in the right-handed pitcher Logan Kensing. Pinto has a good changeup, so he's effective against right-handers. Nats have scored one of their 2 runs tonight with 2 outs.
You don't want to waste that leadoff double. The heart of your order coming up. Nick Johnson leads off in the double. 3, 4, 5 guys right here. Right man, right situation.
Yep.
Joe Peimel probably has the 8th inning.
And that's interesting because the Marlins have 3 right-handed batters. Ramirez, Cantu, Ugla. But you and I were in Florida on March 25th, the day the Nationals got Joe Peimel as a free agent. And Manny, the first thing he said was, I've got my 8th inning guy.
Yeah, Joe's just as effective against righties as lefties. He can neutralize those power righties with that big breaking ball and the deception where he hides the ball.
1-1 to Dukes.
Bob used to always say, never send a boy to do a man's job. The 8th inning is a man's job.
Okay.
8th and 9th.
Where we separate the men's from the boys.
And there's the man.
He was the man last night. Dukes trying to be the man here to make it a 2-run game and give the Nationals bullpen a little margin for error. I prefer to call it breathing room. Margin for error assumes something's going to go wrong. Got to keep it positive here, you know.
I agree.
Dukes 0 for 3 and a 3-1 pitch. He walks, and Willingham will have a chance against his former team.
That's going to be it for Pinto. Maybe.
It is the pitching coach, not Freddie Gonzalez.
Maybe give a scouting report to Pinto on Willingham or a refresher.
Tonight's copyrighted telecast, presented by authority of the Washington Nationals, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals, and that includes everybody watching with David Willingham in Alabama tonight. Crowd of just over 19,000 tonight. Nationals Park in our nation's capital. Bottom of the 7th. Washington has out-hit Florida 10-5, leading 2-1. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, and Debbie Taylor right here on Masson 2 tonight.
19,026 tonight, Bob.
Yes, sir.
Another good crowd early in the season.
Here's Josh. Ball 1. Good eye. Willingham 0 for 3 tonight. A strikeout, a fly ball, and a ground ball to short. And a chance for a huge 2-out RBI here or more.
Well, this kid can give him up too. 65 innings last year, 9 home runs.
Counts even.
Also walked some people too. 40 walks in 65 innings last year.
Jesus Flores has had a great night. Outfield straight away. Willingham takes a strike on the inner half. Seriously handcuffed by a 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
Wow, there's a big hole between the first baseman and second baseman, and maybe Josh has an idea trying to go that way. Pinto brought that on the inner half. But a fastball away, you may see Josh try to shoot that gap. Rick Eckstein, the hitting instructor, talking about having a plan before you get up there.
Willingham late with a swing, and the Nats are gone. They've stranded 10 tonight, but the pitching's been good, and it's 2-1 Washington into the 8th. And the Nationals holding on to a 2-1 lead. And Rob, we've had some defining moments in this game tonight.
Yes, we had. John Lannon loaded the bases, but he worked out of it. He jams Cody Ross right there. You see a little flip to second. And then in the 7th, Mike Hinckley getting into a jam, bases loaded. John Baker, who's owned us so far this season, works out of it. Great play by Gonzalez at short. We're out of the inning.
Now, if Adam Dunn's lineup spot is an inning away, you don't do this. But he made the second out of the just finished inning. So Roger Bernardina takes his spot in right field. On the double switch, he'll bat 9th. And the new pitcher, Joe Beimel, will actually be in the cleanup spot. And Joe's got a tall order here in the 8th inning. 3 right-handed batters, Hanley Ramirez, Jorge Cantu, and Dan Uggla. Those 3 hitters tonight at combined 1 for 8. But Hanley Ramirez, and I'm knocking on wood here, has made the easiest 3 outs I've ever seen him make in a game against our pitching staff. He has been murder on the Nats for the last 3 years. Bouncer to short, pop up to second, fly ball to center. But still one of the most dangerous hitters in this league. High strike, outer half, counts even. Danger lurking, and more in the hole. That's a good breaking ball. An appeal. Rob Drake says no swing. Ball 2.
Very good breaking ball from Beimel right here. And this is Hanley Ramirez just holding up on the check swing.
Ooh, he saw a fastball. He was pumping. Joe doesn't throw 90 plus. That was 85. Last night his fastball topped out at 86.
Well, that one had too much of the plate right there, and Hanley Ramirez thankfully misses it as it goes straight back.
That may tell us, Rob, that Mr. Ramirez is not locked in here on the 17th of April. Hanley Ramirez is only 1 for 6 against left-handers this year. Not many AB. Sometimes you don't see enough lefties to get any kind of read going on them. Two, target away. Bouncer, unfortunately foul, with Zimmerman guarding the line.
Well, what's even more frustrating is, as well as the Marlins are hitting and playing and pitching, and he's struggling. So he might be even pressing even harder to try to get on board with the success of the 8-1 Marlins.
And Rob may be feeling a little bit more of the pressure in that number 3 hole as opposed to up in the number 1 spot. 2-2. Out to short. Gonzalez. And I can't remember the last time Hanley Ramirez went 0 for 3 against Washington pitching. Here's our TV schedule. We are right back at it tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Mass and HT. Josh Johnson, Scott Olson. Marlins wrap it up here on Sunday. The Braves come in for 3. There's your Masson menu. DC 50 also with us on Sunday for you over-the-air viewers right here in the district. Look forward to having them join us on Sunday for the first time at home. And here's Jorge Cantu. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Little line drive. That thing was dying on Hernandez. Severe overspin. He grabbed it before it hit his shoe tops. 2 outs.
Well, we talked about guys not getting really good swings off of Joe Beimel right here. Great off-speed pitch right there off the end of the bat. Anderson Hernandez thought it was a shot. It turned out to be a changeup, but he still makes the play.
Well, Joe Beimel, pitching with the lead, has now retired 5 consecutive batters over his last 2 outings. A dangerous power hitter awaits in Dan Uggla, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch. The Nationals are playing the team with the best record in Major League Baseball today. Toronto's 8-3. They trailed at home to Oakland. St. Louis was 8-3. They lost to Chicago. And the 8-1 Marlins may be number 2 on the Nationals hit list after they got the world champions last night. Long way to go, though. 4 more outs to get. You know, this is interesting because if he gets Uggla here, that's strike 2.
You got a lefty.
Manny could stay with Beimel for the first out in the 9th inning with Jeremy Hermida.
Jim Riggleman. Well, here's the replay on this changeup from Joe Beimel. Probably a cutter.
Manny's probably listening down in the clubhouse. And Manny, we are not suggesting anything. He's going to do what he needs to do, and his closer's throwing the ball pretty well right now, too. 1-2 to Uggla. That's the first order of business. He's gone on a high in the strike zone fastball. Joe Beimel perfect the last 2 nights in the 8th inning, and the Nationals stay on top by a 2-1 score. By Honda. You can depend on your Honda dealer for great leases and low financing. And by Heineken. Give yourself a good name. Nationals Park, beauty from the outside tonight. This glass structure. And here we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, but not before we tell you about the Family Fun Pack is back. For all Sunday games, you can purchase a $14 upper right field terrace ticket, or you can go either right field, left field for a lower bowl ticket at $25. A hot dog, non-alcoholic drink, and chips. 2 tickets per purchase. Bring the family out. Pre-game autographs. The kids run the bases afterwards. 888-632-NATS or nationals.com. Flores 7th against Logan Kensing. Gonzalez 8th. And then don't forget the speed of Roger Bernardinez in the number 9 hole now. Jesus Flores and Alberto Gonzalez are trying to win this game for the Nats tonight. Those boys are a combined 5 out of 6 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Both of the Nationals tallies tonight. It's a good rip by Jesus.
I'm to give you Joe Beimel's numbers on righties last year. He was better against righties than lefties. He faced 95, and they hit 263 off of him with no home runs. And lefties hit 278 with no home runs. So he can do your 8th inning all year.
He just did.
Yep. Well, he handcuffs you. He's got a cutter. He's got a big breaking ball, so he can throw in the inner half of righties all day. Sometimes he'll probably have trouble with that lefty with that breaking ball. They just stroke it in the left field. So
that sounds like he's crafty to me.
Yes, he will dazzle you with his magic and trickery.
Do you know any crafty right-handers?
I do know a few.
Okay.
Remember Rick Reed?
Yeah. A big guy who didn't throw that hard.
Paul Bird.
Oh, yeah. He can't throw a ball straight. He's like Saul Rivera.
Yeah, Saul is a crafty righty. There's Joe Beimel. Nice job.
There's Joel. But Joel. Would Beimel pitch to Hermida in the 9th? We'll see.
We could use a run right here.
Yeah. I think that's Flores overmatched on that 2-strike pitch. I think if you lead by 2, you just bring your closer in and say 3 outs, big fella.
Yeah, you keep working on building.
But in a 1-run game, there might be a decision to be made about that. Here's Alberto Gonzalez. He's 3 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a run. He is 6 for 10. So he has the highest batting average on the club, just over Guzman's 515, which leads the league, by the way.
These Marlins are pretty nasty, though. Pinto, he throws in the low 90s. This kid throws in the low 90s. Nunez throws in the low to mid, and then Lindstrom throws in the high 90s.
Oh, they have great arms.
So, there's a reason why they're 2nd in the National League in pitching right now.
Yeah. And they don't even have Kevin Gregg anymore.
Nope.
Lindstrom is their closer now.
I don't know if Gregg could make this staff.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm just kidding.
He's pretty good.
He's very good, and that's why he's the closer on the Cubs. Freddie Gonzalez.
1 ball and 2 strikes now to Alberto Gonzalez. Roger Bernardino, the young man from the Netherlands Antilles, is next. I know you liked seeing him run last night. Up and in.
Wow.
In time.
And speed will drive pitchers crazy late in the ball game. Even if he's not coming in for defense, or if you're going to throw him out there, let him pinch run around the bases, he will drive some relievers crazy.
This is an interesting game because Velasco did have 7 strikeouts, but the Nationals have spoiled a lot of 2-strike pitches tonight to keep at bats alive, which ended in success, and some of them were strikeouts, but they just haven't gone quickly tonight. They have really battled. Gonzalez, broken bat, and a little flare out there to Ugla for the 2nd out. Then we'll get a look at Roger Bernardino for the 2nd straight night. Interesting guy to have come in. Defense. 24 years of age, 6'2", 198. Signed with the Expos at the age of 17, 8 years ago. And last year at Double-A Harrisburg, he hit .323 with a nearly 400 on base average. 11 doubles, 7 triples, 26 stolen bases. The Nats called him up, and he singled in his first major league at bat against Jeremy Guthrie of Baltimore.
Well, all he's got to do up here is just hit about 250, 260, and then play some great D and just run wild when he pinch runs.
And a very valuable guy to have.
Very versatile, can play every outfield position.
I was just reminded of an old friend when I saw what happened after he got that base hit. Aaron Boone drove him home on a fielder's choice ground ball. We certainly hope Aaron and the Boone family is doing great right now. Hope to get to see him sometime soon. Roger hit .211 with a couple of RBIs in 26 games for the Nats last year. Stole 4 bases. 2 balls and a strike. Now you're up to date on Roger Bernardina. At Syracuse, he played 5 games. He told me mostly left field or right field because they had Corey Patterson down there. Oh, if this is fair, he's off to the races. Let's watch this. Heading for second. He's thinking about third, but a good play by Cody Ross gets it back in. He's thinking triple until the Marlins do something to stop him. That's fun watching that.
Roger Bernardina gets a fastball in the inner half. He pulls it down the line. Good pitch recognition right here. Cody Ross, if he doesn't cut this ball off perfectly, this is a triple. You see Roger kicks it into another gear, but has to shut it down coming around second.
And I was waiting for him to look up to see the third base coach, which he did.
Well, and very few players in this sport have an extra gear. So when you do, you want to use it, get to third base possibly with 2 outs. You never want to make a first or last out at third base.
Anderson Hernandez 1 for 4 and a chance to double the Nats lead here.
And in Bernardina's case, he can walk home on a base hit. He's so fast.
Yeah. And the Marlins are not known for their outfield arms. Maben probably the best potential arm out there. They've got Hermida still in the game because they want him to bat. If they had the lead, he would not be in left field. And that's where Anderson was thinking about going. Now with 0-2, the count, he just has to protect and make contact.
And if they're wondering at home if Hanrahan can get out lefties, last year, like Beimel, better against lefties than righties. .228 average against lefties, .237 against righties. Just seemed to face more pinch hitters as a short guy. There's Big Joel,
who was pretty proud of that changeup he threw last night. Did he go? No, says Mark Wegner. The Nationals are still alive. Hanrahan threw the ball really well last night, and all he wanted to talk about was a changeup he threw Raul Ibanez, the only left-hander he faced last night. He's ready. Hernandez trying to make the score 3-1 by the time Joel makes his appearance. Nasty breaking ball for the strikeout. The Nationals have stranded 11. 3 outs to go. Who's going to face the leadoff hitter? It appears to be Hanrahan. Fourth inning gave the Marlins a lead with a solo home run. Nationals answered in the bottom of the inning with an RBI from the number 8 man Gonzalez, the number 1 man Hernandez. The score's been that way ever since, thanks to John Lannon, Julian Tavares, Mike Hinckley, and Joe Beimel. And can Joel Hanrahan, the number 5 guy in that lineup, finish it off? Looking for his first win of the year after converting 9 of 13 save opportunities with a 1.84 ERA last year. He thought he might have a save opportunity last night, but the Nats tacked on 4 in the 8th, made it a 1-2-3 ninth and an 8-2 game. Leadoff man Jeremy Hermida. And that was the first pitch fastball missing. Hermida 0 for 2 with a walk. He might have hit the hardest ball other than Baker's tonight. That laser to center back in the 7th that Dukes caught him with. In there, 1-1.
Well, that's such a big pitch right there, Bob, too, for a closer to be able to come back 1-0, 2-0 with a slow breaking ball for a strike. That'll make him even better. Don't overthrow it. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Hermida, big, strong left-handed batter. 8 hits on the year. 8 for 30. Target away. Bouncing ball. Anderson Hernandez. 1 out. 2 to go. Nats Extra with Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight. Straight ahead here from Nationals Park. Ray will break down the great start by John Lannon tonight. It's presented to you by Verizon Fios, by the way. And then Ray will also talk about John Lannon's amazing at bat in the 4th inning against Ricky Nolasco. A preview: Scott Olson, Josh Johnson, best friends, now rivals, dueling at 1:05 tomorrow. It's all ahead from the guys out there in our Masson set beyond the left field bullpen. Here's Cody Ross. Inside corner, front door breaking ball. One minute short of 10 o'clock, and the Nats are trying to put away their 2nd straight win. Ball game in progress now for 2 hours and 54 minutes on a Friday night in our nation's capital. Beautiful evening. Bob, Rob, Debbie, Johnny, Ray, the gang's all here. Strike 2. Cody Ross 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of punch outs. Emilio Bonifacio pinch ran last time up, and he will have his first AB coming up. Hanrahan. Joel tried to throw that ball through the backstop.
It's okay. Just trying to throw it through the car wash without it getting wet.
You don't know that feeling, do you?
I don't know that feeling, so I can't say that he's guilty of that. That was my
2-2. Breaking ball, well hit left field, and this game is tied. A hanging breaking ball and a 2-2 score here in the top of the 9th. John Lannon will go unrewarded tonight. It's a blown save for Hanrahan, and Ricky Nolasco's off the hook. It just got out of here, right down the line.
Well, a guy like Cody Ross loves mistake breaking balls, and right there, that breaking ball's up in his face. And he swings for the downs and gets a hold of it for
right in the first row beyond the flowers.
Home run. Well, okay, you blew the save. Now get us in there to win the game in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, that's a shame. He had him 1-2.
Yep.
Overthrew that fastball, hung the breaking ball, and here's Bonifacio, who could start another rally with 1 out the way he's been going.
Yeah, what was he, 0 for his last 10 with 7 punch outs?
Yep. But he's still batting .386 thanks to his blinding start. That better go foul. The count's even 1-1. Well, that dampens things here in the ninth, but the Nationals do have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. But remember, Adam Dunn is no longer the number 4 hitter. That's where the pitcher spot came in on the double switch. I'm sure that breaking ball was meant to go down the middle and break down and away.
Well, if they get the lead, it'll be Lindstrom on the right. If it's tied, we'll probably get Leo Nunez on the left.
Now you start thinking about the 11 stranded base runners the Nats have had. Bonifacio really pulling off that ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strand this little gnat right here. Bonifacio.
They'll go with Alfredo Amezaga next. Here's another little guy who will
former Nat
buzz around you and irritate you. Well, Joel Hanrahan's had to wait 9 games for a save opportunity. And after getting the first out, Cody Ross homered. Bonifacio hangs tough.
Nice.
Fastball up, struck him out.
Grab some pine.
You like him, don't you?
I do not like that. You know, he's been real cocky and doing some things that are real irritating. Joel Hanrahan takes care of irritating guys. Up 95-mile-an-hour cheese. Take that 8 strikeouts in your last 11 at bats back to the bench.
Alfredo Amezaga next. He's just off the DL.
I mean, Albert Pujols doesn't even act like that, doing the stuff that young man's doing.
Yeah, that's true. So, respect the game.
Respect the game. Respect the other team.
Amezaga, 31 years of age now. Former Angel, played in Colorado, Pittsburgh, been with the Marlins since '06. He sprained his left knee during the World Baseball Classic, playing for Mexico.
How many guys have gone on disabled lists or were injured in the World Baseball Classic? I mean, even Daisuke Matsuzaka just went on there with a tired shoulder.
I'd say it's a hard time of the year to be playing competitive baseball at a high level, Rob.
I couldn't agree. I love the concept, but I don't like the time.
So when would you propose they do that?
With college players in other countries, bring them over here, have a nice tournament. Even minor leaguers. Don't
like the Olympics used to be.
Yeah. You want to make it more like the Olympics? That's fine. Use younger guys.
1-2 to Amezaga. It's a little bit low. Ball 2. Two-2 game in the ninth after the Cody Ross home run.
Ugly finder.
Hard hit. And Nick cannot get it. Amezaga is very fast. Off to the races. He'll go into second base. Very difficult chance on the backhand side for Nick Johnson. That's a double for Amezaga. And it'll be top of the order now. Cameron Maben. As Joel Hanrahan's been hit hard twice here in the ninth. They like the breaking ball again. Center cut. So that is huge out at second base. Maben 1 for 3 with a base hit and a walk. It's now a 20-pitch ninth inning for Joel Hanrahan. By the way, Cody Ross was 6 for 32 this year when he hit that home run.
Well, you talked about helping pitchers. You can also help lighter hitting players like a Cody Ross with a bad breaking ball up in his face. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to blow him away.
Yeah, that's what hurts.
Yeah.
He had just overpowered Hermida, the one true power hitter in this inning you were concerned about. Got a ground ball there. Ahead 1-2, missed, and then threw a 2-2 breaking ball in the middle of the plate for the game-tying home run.
Right, Joel's young. He's going to learn from things like that. But the one thing, and you know this, 25 years doing this and watching these big leaguers, they don't miss mistakes. Anything that's up on a breaking ball, if they're on it, it's leaving.
Ball 3.
Looked like a strike.
Well, what the Marlins have done here is what 8-1 teams do. You hold them down offensively, they're still tough to beat. Hot shot. Zimmerman's got it. With the runner flashing by, he almost throws it away. And Nick Johnson maybe saved the game right there. Oh my. Nick leads off, then Zimmerman, and we're told Guzman is available.
We got to get some runs right here, shut this thing down, going home, and so we can get some sleep and get back out here, Mark. It's a hanging slider.
Yep, still to come the bottom of the ninth. It's a 2-2 ball game. Cody Ross going deep in the top of the ninth. Joel Hanrahan giving up his first home run of the season. Let's go back upstairs to Bob and Rob.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll look forward to your report, and hopefully it'll be on the heels of a Nats walk-off win here in the bottom of the ninth. They've got the hitters up there who could get that done. Alfredo Meziga stays in the game. He'll play center field. So the Marlins pitcher is batting in the #1 spot. And that will be the hard-throwing right-hander, Leo Nunez. Long time with Kansas City, 45 games and a 2.98 ERA a year ago.
Oh, this kid could bring it. He's got some nice pitches.
Here's Nick Johnson. Nick is 2 for 4 with a base hit, a double tonight. The Nationals have had at least one hit in every inning, 11 on the night. They've stranded 11 runners. Nunez, a reliever who works off the windup. Nick thought it was a fastball. It was an 84-mile-an-hour changeup that almost untied his shoelaces. In 5 innings, this guy's given up 2 runs on 4 hits. A strikeout per inning, 1 walk. There's a fastball that's in there. 86. Not much. I guess it was a fastball, unless that 84-mile-an-hour was a heater.
It was a
I
fastball. He threw a changeup, and then I think he took something off the fastball right there. But he could throw 95 too.
You can see some of the movement he has in that pitch away from the left-hander. Low and inside. Nick Johnson 11 for 30 on the season. He's jacked his batting average up to 367 the last 2 nights. Going 5 out of 8. Ball 2.
Nunez is a younger version of Julian Tavares. He's got a lot of movement, a lot of different arm angles. Sometimes throws even below 3/4, but his ball moving away from Nick Johnson. 96 on that fastball.
Last time Nick batted, he led off the 7th with a double, went to 3rd on a Zimmerman grounder. The Nats couldn't bring him home. Dunn's hot shot corralled by Cantu, and after Duke's walk, Willingham struck out. The Nats should have taken a 3-1 lead there. Nick Johnson on a little chopper to Dan Uggla. And out. Scott Olson takes the mound tomorrow, 1 o'clock. First pitch, 105. Looking for his first win as a Nat. He'll take on the dominant Josh Johnson, who is 2-0 with an 0.57 ERA right now. Here's Ryan Zimmerman, 2 for 4. Ryan's had a flair for the dramatic, of course, his 3 years plus as a National. Two years ago, he entered a game against the Marlins at RFK with a grand slam at 1:42 in the morning. And here's Austin Kearns. Heaven forbid we play that long tonight, after leading this game all evening long. Kearns next. Zimmerman on a 1-1 pitch. Not deep enough. 2 outs.
Just missed that one.
Homered to right field in Atlanta over the weekend. And it'll be up to Austin Kearns here in the bottom of the 9th. Problem is, if you don't score here, you've got Baker, Ramirez, and Cantu coming up in the 10th.
There's the swing of Ryan Zimmerman. Keeps the head down. Drives that fastball away to right field. Just didn't get enough of it. Very nice approach at the plate there by Ryan Zimmerman.
Yep.
Well, and it's tough, too. Nunez is changing speeds, throwing 80, 78, 86, 96. He's dropping down on these righties, so that's a really nice at bat by Zimmerman.
Fastball.
That was a backup slider.
Wow, I guess so. 83.
Yeah. He overthrew it and it backed up and became a good pitch for him.
Yeah, Kearns was leading out over the plate. The ball got him for a strike in. Man, hard to get a read on this guy.
And what's amazing,
you don't get a second time around the order against these dudes.
No, but he only had 26 punch-outs last year, 15 walks in 50 innings. That's what's amazing. I think he messes around with the off-speed too much. He only allowed 2 home runs. You're not going to really get a good hit on this guy, but he's out there wanting to go 3-2 on everybody and show you how much stuff he has.
Randy Knorr watching Saul Rivera get ready for the 10th.
I don't care if you stay here all night. Just win, baby. Just win.
One and 2 to Kearns. That's outside the bag. Well, Paul Maholm had quite a night in Pittsburgh tonight. He shut out the Atlanta Braves 3-0. That final just in. So Atlanta falls to 5-5, losing their 4th straight. Mets are 4-4 in the top of the 9th with Milwaukee. And the Padres lead 8-7 now in the top of the ninth at Philadelphia. They've gone to the bottom of the ninth now. Kearns pulls another one foul. Austin battling on a count of 1 and 2. Slider. It's funny. Changeup 84, slider 85, changeup 86, fastball 87. I mean, hard to figure out what he's doing, much less how to hit it. And he jams Austin, who fouls it again.
Well, and the thing is, he's already popped the 96-mile-an-hour fastball in there. He almost pitches backwards. Here, I want to pitch to contact, although I have stuff I could dominate you with. Almost like he's teasing the hitters. Throw a couple of those 96 and then go to the breaking stuff. All right, bring that 96 right down Broadway. Austin's just going to hit it right over that red porch. It's an 86-mile-an-hour. It almost looks like a fork ball.
Sure did.
The outer half of the plate.
3-2. Elijah Dukes is on deck here. And Kearns spoils another 2-strike pitch.
As I said before, he just gets too much of the plate. He pitches too much to contact right here.
This will be a 10-pitch at bat, at least for Kearns. Fastball blows him away. So the Marlins score in the top of the ninth, and we're going to extra innings. The Nationals extras for the second time this year. For the second time this year, that 10-inning marathon in Atlanta last Friday night. What is it about these Fridays? And here's the series mismatch between the Marlins and the Nationals. 19 of the last 22.
That's some domination. 19 out of the last 22 times they've faced the Nats, they've come up victorious.
But tonight's been quite a battle. Inning by inning, hit by hit.
Look at that, 39 home runs to 16 now. Got to change that.
Saul Rivera coming off a disastrous 7th inning Monday against the Phillies when he hit a couple of batters and gave up 2 home runs.
Well, you know the best way to change that, if we do have to go a few more extra innings, go
1, 2, 3,
2 or 3 scoreless innings, and your manager will be pleased with you again. Get out of the doghouse.
John Baker. One of the reasons we're still here. The Marlins, by the way, have not played an extra inning game until this evening. Baker homered back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. Oakland originally drafted him in the 4th round 7 years ago. He was in the minor leagues for 6 years, 5 of those with the A's. He's always been able to hit. A .272 career hitter. Traded to the Marlins for infielder Jason Stokes a year ago, March 30th. Actually, 2 years ago, March 30th. And he's been toiling at AA and AAA ever since. He's hit .285 and .316 the last 2 years and made the Pacific Coast All-Star team out of Albuquerque last season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Evidently the hitter wants Tim Timmons to see the baseball after that ball dove about 6 inches in the last 3 feet or so.
Yeah, he is a catcher.
I mean, John Baker, the only thing tougher about catching Saul Rivera is hitting it. Here's a 3-2, has to throw a strike. He did, and a ground ball to Alberto Gonzalez. Hanley Ramirez, unfortunately, will get a chance to bat for the 5th time tonight. I thought we were going to send him back to the hotel 0 for 4 tonight. In the 3-game series in Florida against the Nats, he was 4 for 10 with a home run and 6 RBIs to start the season. Quiet tonight. Another ground ball. Gonzalez has to get rid of it. Good play. There's a kid who hardly ever throws the ball anything but belled high to Nick Johnson over at first base, and that was a long throw. He's a good-looking shortstop. The left-hander is Dan Meyer. And that looks like Lindstrom, their closer. The only other right-hander they have is Kiko Calero.
Well, they're warming up Lindstrom in case they get a home run and they get the lead. They'll throw the closer out there.
Here's Cantu. 1 for 4 with a double. And Saul buzzes him inside and gets a strike while doing so.
Cantu is just right up on top of the plate.
Yeah. So when a guy's that close to the plate, how do you pitch him without hitting him?
Very carefully, but Saul's got stuff that kind of wraps around his elbows for a strike, like you saw that first pitch. Yeah, sometimes you got to stand up a Cantu on his heels, and then you go back away. But Cantu's doing this almost to make the pitcher either go away or come way in. And Cantu's trying to jack something here.
Padres held on in Philadelphia to win 8-7 moments ago. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jorge Cantu in a tie game, top of the 10th. Reaching, base hit. That's the thing about Cantu. He can reach out off the plate and still get the barrel of the bat on it, and he has a 2-for-5 night. That'll bring up Dan Uggla, who's 0 for 3 and hit by a pitch.
Well, Cantu's hands are right over the plate right there, and a hanging breaking ball, even though it's on the outer half. He's able to get great plate coverage by being inside that much.
Plus, he's very strong.
Yeah, Dan Uggla is another guy that's right up on the plate.
Popped up right side. Can anybody get there? Nick has the best chance, but it's no chance.
This is Dan Uggla. You're almost challenging the pitcher to come inside when you're going to stand this close. He's going to step right on the inner corner of the batter's box right there. That's as close as any guy in the big leagues will stand.
Hard to believe he was only hit by 8 pitches last year. That's strike 2 on a good one by Saul. And the count is 0-2.
He must be doing something right. He's getting a lot of home runs and making all-star teams.
He is. He's been on 2 all-star teams. Not bad for a guy that Mike Rizzo signed for $1,000 out of the University of Memphis. Mike told me last week, that looks pretty good on my resume.
That's great evaluation by Mike Rizzo.
You know, and he said that tongue in cheek, but once in a while, this is a diamond in the rough.
Well, Johan Santana was a Rule 5 from the Astros to the Twins.
Go figure.
Go figure. That's a good evaluation.
I mean, the D-backs drafted him 11th round, but then they let him go to Florida in the Rule 5 draft. So the Marlins the Diamondbacks took a flyer on him and then let him sneak away. And all he did was hit 63 home runs and drive in 180 in 2 years. There's your Rule 5 right there.
I got your Rule 5.
Yeah. 2-2 to Uggla. Nats need an out here. And
oh my goodness,
didn't get it.
Wow. Here's our pitch tracks coming up. Where's this? Wow. Just a bit off the plate, but when the catcher's got to move his glove back towards the plate, pretty good pitch.
This is danger time. Runner will be going. Target away. Uggla gets jammed. That's into right field. Over to third base, Cantu. And it's up to Jeremy Hermida, who is still in the game, primarily because the Marlins never had the lead in the late innings.
Well, that missed call by the umpire right there. Another breaking ball in the inner half. A good pitcher's pitch, but good hitters like Dan Uggla fight it off for a base hit. First and third, 2 outs.
And Hermida 0 for 3 with a walk. Waiting. The Nats don't have anybody warming up. They have 2 relief pitchers left. Left-hander Will Ledesma, right-hander Steven Shell. Marlins keep creeping back and creeping back. The Nationals had out-hit them severely tonight. Now it's 11-9.
Well, I think Jim Riggleman's trying to get this situation in hand. Not that you don't want to attack Hermida. You don't want Nick Johnson out of position on a breaking ball by Saul Rivera. So he's just making sure that everybody's on the same page right there. Nick is going to hold the runner on here.
Hermida, a walk in 4 trips. Ball 1 high.
Jesus.
Same pitch, strike 1. Maybe a little lower than the first one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit closer to the edge of the plate, but still, when you're hitting the catcher's mitt that well, with so many pitches. You got to give the guy a few of them.
First and third, 2 outs here in the 10th. To shortstop. That's trouble. Everybody's safe. Marlins take the lead. Gonzalez had a hard time getting the handle. 3 consecutive singles with 2 outs. And this is after Rivera retired Baker and Ramirez.
Well, they play him away, they pitch him away, they get what they want, but just a very, very difficult play.
His only chance was to wheel and fire to second base.
I agree. He had no chance at first. Not with Hermita's speed.
Maybe a little trouble getting the handle there. Base hit all the way. And here's Cody Ross, who's the reason we're still here. Chopper to short. Play made. And bottom of the 10th coming up. Elijah Dukes will lead off. Willingham and Flores. And the Nats are down now 3-2. Bottom of the 10th, 3-2 Marlins. And whenever they get the lead in the late innings, they get Jeremy Hermita out of the game, and Brett Carroll takes over in left. He made that impressive sliding, diving catch on Austin Kearns that ended the Wednesday game in Florida. And the Nats had a shot to win. And then their closer, Matt Lindstrom, 1 save on the year. They've been so far ahead in some of their ball games, they haven't needed a lot of save opportunities.
Yeah, they were blowing out the Braves. 21 runs by the Marlins to the 6 Brave runs. They didn't really need Lindstrom that much.
Here we go. Elijah Dukes 0 for 3 with a walk.
Need a scouting report. High octane. And here it comes.
.98.
And remember, he hurt his shoulder in the WBC about a month ago. Overthrown a little bit. When you try to muscle up, you don't even throw as hard. The more you relax, the harder it will go. We'll take a cool 98 that leaves at about 128 right on the wall.
2-0 pitch coming. And Dukes rams it to left. It is
gone.
Or is no, I think it's stuck in the
light sign.
It's stuck between an advertising sign and the bottom of the wall there, and that's a ground rule double.
All right.
Can you believe how hard that ball was hit?
Yes.
any altitude, and that would have been up in the seats. How about that? He almost opened a bottle of beer with that one, and he's at second base with nobody out.
Well, this pitch is coming 2-0, about 98 on the inner half. You have to be a great big league hitter to turn on that ball.
That's like
Quick
a ball
hand.
getting caught in the ivy at Wrigley Field.
Hey, it's a good time for a Bud Light ball.
You know, but that's heads up by the outfielder. You go back there and try to pull that ball out, Dukes might be on third. That was a laser beam.
Well, it's a good time for Lindstrom to get a blown save right here. Nice base hit.
So here's Willingham. Josh is 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts. I mean, that ball initially looked like a single to left. Then it looked like it was going to be caught. And then it looked like it might get out of the yard. You just don't see normal people hit a ball like that.
No, I mean, he got jammed last night, hit a 3-0 home run. 3-0 count, fastball. You got a 2-0 count right there.
Time given. Would have been ball one. But Willingham, you better not step out until that umpire, Tim Timmons, hollers time, which he did. So the count remains no balls, 1 strike.
We got some good fastball hitting guys coming up right here. Don't try to do too much. Just singles.
Josh Willingham, he's not going to say a word. He's just going to get up and get ready to hit.
Dust himself off. It's okay. We used to be teammates. And it's the fastball down at the knees.
Willingham to right center. Can Dukes tag? No. That hurts. Runner not advanced, 1 out. And now it's Jesus Flores. Flores tonight 2 for 4. Gonzalez to follow 3 for 4. Johnny and Ray still in the ballpark. Verizon Fios presents Nats Extra postgame straight ahead.
Nats Extra, are they going to just start cooking brunch now?
Maybe.
Matt Lindstrom trying to keep Elijah Dukes from stealing third.
Just off the plate. Marlins trying to go 9-1 and win their 5th in a row. The Nationals trying to go 2-7 with their 2nd. Mets got a run in the bottom of the 9th that beat the Brewers 5-4. Gonzalez waiting. Well off the plate, 2-0. He's pretty good in hitting situations like this. He also has a good batting eye with those 10 walks. Runner at second, 1 out, 3-2. Marlins lead. 3-0.
I don't think he's throwing a breaking ball, do you?
Don't remember one. Nothing but gas.
High octane gas, and he just can't seem to find the plate.
Equities.
Pitch tracks right there. Might have been a little bit below our line there. Right on the border. 3-0 though. So it doesn't have to be a strike. Close enough.
That's on the inner half. Well, if he snaps off a breaking ball for a strike, everybody in the ballpark will strike out here. Full count, 1 out. Fastball, see ya. It was 3-0. He basically painted the inner half of the plate 3 times in a row to Jesus Flores, who could not pull the trigger.
Well, the 3-0 pitch was borderline for strike 1, but the last 2 are right down Broadway. 96 and 95. You got to swing at one of those.
I mean, that one is center cut right there. I don't know if maybe sometimes a hitter thinks he's got to throw me a breaking ball sometime here. Listen,
he hasn't thrown one, I don't think, after about 15 in a row. He's going to break off a big 3-2 slider.
It's up to Alberto Gonzalez, who's hit 4 line drives tonight. 3 of them a hit. 1 at the second baseman.
And he hit a really good Nolasco breaking ball for a hit.
And he serves it down the right field line.
Yeah.
Cody Ross just unable to get there.
That Ross or Glode?
That's Cody Ross. Cantu gave it a run. Nationals down to their final out, their final 2 strikes. And he's throwing strikes now. And if it's anywhere close, Gonzalez has to swing. You can't go down looking your last 2 batters with a tying run out there. Overmatched, game over. And a frustrating loss for the Nationals tonight. They led most of the evening, and the Marlins win it in 10 innings, 3-2. Lindstrom will get the save. Nunez the winner. Saul